are back. Welcome to the last lap.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah, man.
In the building.
Yeah.
Come on, Niran. Match my energy, man.
Yeah, man. Come on. We're in the place. The penultimate last lap. It's not the last lap. Yeah, at this point, but
it's true. It's a good way of putting it.
Penultimate last lap show.
Last, as you say.
The last. Yeah, last.
You're Nottingham slang.
Last. It's the second last show.
For coming and welcome to the penultimate last lap of the 2022 Formula One season. We are at Brazil. We're not Brazil. We're in London.
Indeed.
But they are in Brazil. As Otmar's having a little waffle on Sky Sports in a minute. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for coming. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel as well, so we don't have to remind you later. And as always, alongside myself is my very... How am I going to describe you today?
Delectable.
Oh,
I don't even know what that means, really and truly, but we keep
the words right out of my mouth, mate.
Thank you
how you
very
doing,
much,
man?
mate. Thank you very much for calling me that. I'm well, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah?
I'm looking forward to a sensational Brazilian Grand Prix. One of my favourite tracks on the calendar.
Bang
One of the only ones I can actually competently drive on the F1 games. So for me, I've got a chance, mate. Get me out there.
Decent.
Get me in the second Williams.
You got a chance. I hate the last corner.
Jun Sao.
Jun Sao.
Jun Sao, yeah.
Jun Sao. I can't, like, in the game, I can't stand it. But it's a
Really?
great challenge for the drivers.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
But we are not drivers. And unfortunately, neither of the... I mean, they might think they've got pedigree, especially that one on the end. But when it comes to today's guests, I mean, first of all, welcome back, Peter on pole. DJ
What is
Solanke.
going on? What's happening, people?
Thank
Hope you guys
you.
are good. Thank you for having me once again.
coming through.
Was it the third race start?
Third appearance. Yeah.
It's my third start.
building up
Furniture
caps.
now, man.
Yeah. Building the caps. I'm going to build the caps. I'm like what am I like? The substitute. Give me a good, I'm the Nico Hulkenberg of this podcast.
That's it.
Is that fair?
I mean,
Nico
mate,
Hulkenberg,
look,
yeah?
listen, you might get
Tommo is
announced.
dressed like Nico Hulkenberg tonight.
Yeah, that's
Martin,
it.
so.
True.
Also the same age as Nico Hulkenberg.
Would not have that, mate.
God, here we go.
If you'd have said K-Mag, you'd have actually been quite close, but afraid not. And welcome to... Who are you again?
Yes, the guy with no subs, apparently.
Aidan, Mr. Aidan Rule.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm here. I've travelled on a train. You'll get that in your invoice. But yeah, great to be here, lads. Looking forward to a Lewis Hamilton win. I'm feeling great. I haven't got any Mercedes merch on me. I thought better not jinx it, but we've got a 1-2 front row lockout. It's going to stay that way.
The Hamilton bias is strong over there.
It is. It never used to be, but then last season just made it go off the chain.
It just turned you into an ultra.
Shall I be a Verstappen fan just to even it out
Yeah,
today?
man.
Yeah,
Why
Bonnet.
not?
I
And I'm
can't
not-
run.
Well, I was going to be a Stroll fan today, but the terrorism he was guilty of yesterday was just something, just nonsense.
No one can
You know,
excuse the behaviour
No.
of
That
Stroll
was
yesterday.
awful, awful from Lance. But we'll get into that as we go anyway. But thank you all for coming again. Let's have a look at this weekend's Interlagos track. This weekend's, it's only about this weekend. Interlagos track map. Because
Yes, indeed.
as tracks go, it's a pretty short one, which typically, that's not Interlagos.
No, that's the alternate version.
It's changed, isn't it?
That's the alternate version.
No, this is the version
If you turn left on the second straight,
Lads, I know I've not got many subs, but you don't have to downgrade the production this bad. Come on.
Oh dear.
I know we weren't even in like the thumbnil for this one, either, were we? So
I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have it.
Wouldn't have it.
No,
No
Brazilian-
promotion.
It's the wrong race. We need to go to Italy. That's
Yeah, man.
There
Sorry.
it
Oh,
is.
here we are.
What were we saying, Niran? What were we saying about Sao Paulo?
Interlagos. Isn't it one of the... this is always mentioned on the F1 game, I'm pretty sure, but it's one of the only anti-clockwise circuits on the calendar. Honestly, I love this track. I feel like it has quite a nice flow to it. The middle sector for me is always a bit like sort of stop-starty and whatever, but there's some nice challenging corners, some great overtaking opportunities, especially into turn 1 and turn 4. I'm looking forward to it, can't lie.
Mate, I'm buzzing. What were we thinking, boys? Where does Interlagos rank for you two amongst the rest of the calendar, Pete? What do you think?
It's on the podium for me, top 3. It's definitely one of my favourite tracks, even on the game, as well as just watching it as racing, because it's a quick track, it's fast, there's room to overtake. The sprint race, I'm sure we will talk about it, it gives opportunity for overtaking and some good action, so I can't hate, I love it. I don't like the fact it's called the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, though.
Yeah, it's weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just Brazilian. It's not like there's two Brazilian.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not like in
only
Italy
one.
when you've
Soon
got
come the Rio de Janeiro.
Oh,
Grand Prix.
yes.
I feel like it's all a politics thing we should just not address right now. So I love the fact it's a... No, wait, I can't say that either. Like, it's a race around the track. The track is decent. It is one of those good tracks. I mean, if you're going to make any that should stay on the calendar no matter what, I think it should definitely be one of them, like, you know, with the Silverstones and the Monzas, maybe not the Monacos, but, you know, that when it's up there as one of the best, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
so.
sure. This is ultimately one of the tracks on the F1 calendar.
Yeah. That's steeped in history, plenty of undulation, great overtaking opportunities, and it's a sprint weekend.
Yeah.
So let's start talking about Friday. Because I saw a lot of people, and I guess when there's a sprint weekend qualifying on Friday, a lot of people can't watch it because of work commitments and all that. And so I saw a lot of people on Twitter after qualifying being like, what the fuck just happened? How is that a thing? Kevin Magnussen, P1.
Yeah.
The man put it on pole.
No, it's unbelievable. And the fact is, like, obviously I stay behind at work. You know what I mean? Overtime hours will be getting put in there.
Man.
But I'm watching the Grand Prix, right? So watching qualifying. No, but K-Mag, it's just, every year there's something. And I felt like this year was the one year we're not going to get anything wild, like a Norris win or a Gasly win or whatever, right? But then to then have that Magnussen pole, fantastic. It kind of makes it, this is why you watch the sport. Because even though, yes, the title's done, but it doesn't mean the action stops. So yeah, no, honestly, feels. I had all the feels for.
Yeah,
for
I think I might have shed a tear.
Yeah.
When he got out of the car and was giving it.
Yeah.
Whilst he was on top of the car.
That was the best scenes. He's in the garage. I think it's probably the best way for it to happen for him. Because if he's out on the track, you know, you get the normal celebration.
Yeah.
But he's like surrounded by the team, and like, you know, there's not many. It's not a massive team, so I think it was the right like sort of environment for it to happen for that team. I guess.
Yeah, that's the fact. It's such an amazing story as well. After where Haas were last season, running around at the back, 4 seconds off the pace. To them being on pole this season, it's unreal.
Especially, and we'll go back even further and all the rich energy nonsense and all that. This team has had they came in strong and had a good first couple of seasons. But
and even K-Mag as well wasn't even on the grid at the start of the season. So
no,
literally. And also, like when you look at it, it was 8 drivers who were able to set lap times before the heavens fully opened, and obviously it progressively got more difficult as the track went on. But you know, K-Mag did the job as well. Like he was up there, he got into Q3 on merit.
Yes.
And this is the thing I think maybe suited the track for the Hasses. I'll say the Hasses, unfortunately Mick Schumacher. It was everyone was in a hash sandwich. A hash sandwich.
Hash brown.
A hash sandwich.
Yeah,
That's really, say that 3 times really quickly. Hash sandwich.
difficult. It's
Yeah,
very
man.
difficult. To
yeah,
say.
you got to feel for Mick Schumacher in it.
He definitely was like in his hotel room last night, just sat, well, not last night, not before, just sat there in a ball, just, you know what, let's just have a little relax. Everyone else can go out and celebrate. I'm just going to stay and study the track, but, you know, washed.
Diligent. Well, you know what? Schumacher actually had a pretty good race. Sprint race, anyway. Up
You
to
can't say that.
P12.
It wasn't a race, it was a sprint.
Sorry, I can't. He had a pretty good sprint. Considering started P20, moved his way up to P. I think it's 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
So he's done a reasonable. We'll see. And then obviously came. Imagine if Schumacher finished ahead of Magnussen. That would be quite the story. But shall we have a look at our predictions, boys?
Let's do it.
We got some predictions ready before this race, and
Tommo, sort your life out, bro.
tell you what.
Sort your life out.
Listen.
Tommo,
Sort
you let us
your
down.
life out.
Please don't do this, man. We
You've
need a
let
little
us
bit.
down.
Actually, no, I'm the Max Verstappen fan. Yeah, no, I hear that, bro.
Sort your biases out.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, look, obviously, 3 of you have gone for Lewis Hamilton. I mean, look, he drives very, very well here. He's starting in a fantastic position, P2, with Sainz taking that 5-place grid drop.
Yep.
Is this vibes, or do we actually think this is going to happen? Because we've said this many a time this year, haven't we?
Last weekend I was on the show and I said, look, I'm going to go for a 1-2. That was vibes. And then I'm seeing them in the top 3, like both of them before the penalty. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, maybe there is something about this Mercedes and Interlagos kind of connection. Because even in the race, like Lewis and even George rather was really putting it on Verstappen. Okay, fine, different compounds, but gave him a good fight and bloody hell won it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think the Mercedes is true in this race. So yeah, it doesn't look too shabby. I did go for a 1-2 though, but yeah, let's see.
I like why you snuck Lando in P5 as well.
Listen, it has to be done.
He's 6 on the grid, isn't he? 6 on the grid. So
think
it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
No, not at all.
No, it's not.
I sort of flip-flop between, you know, not wanting to jinx it. I've got my hopes up so many times this season now of a Lewis win. And also, like, you know, he'll, like, overtake someone for 4th. Like, that's it. They're back. They're going to win. He's, like, top of the practice session. They're going to win. But then, you know, it never happens. So I'm trying not to get too excited or too ahead of myself. But I am predicting him to win. So I think it could happen. But We'll see. We'll see.
You just want the streak to carry on for personal reasons, Aiden. For Lewis Hamilton to continue.
Yeah,
you know.
pretty much. Yeah.
Reasons of pure British bias, right?
Yeah, pure British bias.
Look, I think that the thing is, Max Verstappen so many times, don't get me wrong, I don't think this will be a Spa where he can come from miles back and still make it up. And, you know, he was speaking yesterday of being like, the Mercedes just seemed clear. I just think you can never write off the form he's driving at the minute. If he's on the right compound, which we'll talk about this, because if Ferrari had sent for the sprint race Leclerc on the medium with everyone else apart from Latifi on the soft,
That's never a good sign, by the way.
they are getting dragged. And so, to be fair, I think Red Bull, like, they fucked up.
They need to hold this
fucked
L.
up.
They need to hold this L because you're right. I'll be on the press on Ferrari if they did
Come on.
this. So, absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like they've just done it. Like, we all think they've messed up, but I think today they'll be like, oh, you know, it was a strategic master plan from, you know, the Red Bull
Well,
team.
this is what Andrew Shovelin thought. He was like, they're saving a set of softs. But then when Christian Horner spoke, he was just like, we were expecting more pace and less tire dead, and we didn't get it. So
Good. I hope he's having a terrible day. If Christian Horner. I hope he's like stubbed his toe when he woke up. Like, I just
Grazed his knee.
whenever I like actually see him in an interview or something, I'm like, you know what, he actually seems sound. I'm sure if I ever spoke to him for whatever reason, he seems like
you'd
he
shut
seems
right
like
up. You'd be like, oh, Christian.
Mate, I am fully like, could I have a photo, please, Christian?
Can you sign my head?
Yeah,
just
but
move my
can you
frame.
say subscribe to my channel for me, please? But I don't know, just in a competitive context, he just seems like the sort of bloke that just gets on your nerves to see you do well.
Unless you're part of his team.
That's it.
Yeah.
For me, I remember...
You want him on your side, but you don't want to be against
It's like those
him because
shithouse footballers, like Diego Costa. He plays for you, but so you love him. But when he's against you...
He's the Jose Mourinho of Formula One.
Simeone.
Simple as that.
Simeone.
And he needs to be here. We can't boot him away because he's so polarizing, but that's what we want. Like, he's a proper polarizing figure, and he's going to keep... I hope he keeps being himself, if that makes sense. I want to see more of it. There's more to come.
Tommo, you mentioned we would be grilling Ferrari if they'd chosen to put Leclerc, for example, out on medium. I mean, they were struggling to put him on any tyres at all during the qualifying.
Have you seen that video? So he's on inters, right? Leclerc's on inters, comes in, he's like, I want fresh softs. So then they put another set of inters on. And he's like, no, I want fresh softs. And then they put a used set of softs on. He's like, I want fresh softs.
And he's like, come on, lads, can we please get this together?
What language is he speaking? He said, I want fresh softs. That's it.
I just, it's so frustrating because they've built such a great car. The whole strategy and how that should be the easy thing. And like in Ferrari's defense, not defense as such, but it should be a relatively easy fix. If their car wasn't quick enough, that would be a problem. But I think it is quick enough. Like, it's quick enough to be competitive at the front, no question.
Yeah.
It is.
But it's just, it keeps happening. And I guess how much of it is because we know Ferrari is making these dumb moves that we jump on them more? I think that's part of it. But also, there's no smoke without fire. Like, come on. That was... And Charles, I've seen some of the pictures of Charles like on Friday. He was fuming. It's fair enough, man. He's got that deal till like 2024, man. He's locked in.
Do you think he's
can't
regretting
leave.
it? Do you think he's regretting that deal?
Nah, he's got bread now. He must have so much bread that he does not care.
Yeah?
I don't think he'll regret it because I think in his mind, if I was him, I would simply think they can't continue doing this for the next 2 years. There has to be some level of change. They've at least made a good car. They can't continue to be this foolish for the next 2 years until 2024.
Sure.
My friend,
this was just a, you know...
My friend, you haven't watched Ferrari for 15 years, have
This
you?
is true.
Man said they can't be this foolish. Hello, Ferrari fans. What can go wrong? Big up Nyasha. What can go wrong will go wrong. Absolutely, this is Ferrari.
I'm sure there's some Tifosi watching who can sympathise with it. I mean,
Listen,
this is why he's consistent. That's the problem. But you build a good car. This is what I think, you know, you got to give credit where it's due, but also we keep talking about this for a reason. It's annoying.
I like it that their car is good this time round. That's what makes it even more special because before they've just been trash. But this car is brilliant, it's special, and yet this is what they're producing. So this makes this more funnier as a McLaren fan myself.
To be fair though, like what's it got? Operationally, I feel like last year didn't really have any problems with them. Sainz versus Leclerc when they were sort of battling for third in the constructors.
The thing is, there's always going to be more eyeballs when you're fighting.
I know, I hear that. I completely hear that.
So
but
maybe...
I feel like some of the things they've done this year, we would look at and go, even if they were Aston Martin, we'd go, lads, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas like, there wasn't really that, I don't feel like last year. So there's maybe
And in fact, to be fair,
Potential.
they picked McLaren at the end, didn't they, to finish P3? So like they actually did very well towards the end. They finished strong. So you could sort of say, you know, and they kind of writ off last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
And 2020, they writ those 2 years off, and it was like, screw it, we're going to focus on the new regulations. And then we're like, okay, we've arrived. And then you produced a fantastic car. However, you can't seem to put it all together.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're actually here now, and they're like, you know, second to last race, talking about how they've messed up the whole season. When 3 races in, we're saying, oh wow, Leclerc's going to win the title, obviously.
Yeah.
Can Verstappen still get second? Can they come back? Like it's flip flops so aggressively, it's crazy.
Yeah.
To a level where Mercedes can still actually beat them in the Constructors' Championship, especially if they get a 1-2 here.
Listen,
I think. I'm not entirely
well,
sure.
look, I feel like in this kind of last few races, like the Mercedes hasn't looked any slower than the Ferrari.
No.
And that's
And that bodes well for next year. A 3-team title fight is always
Definitely.
the bare minimum of what we kind of really want. I mean, ideally, it's all of them, but maybe
Yeah,
that's
because a
not
lot
that
of criticism has come out this year about this year's title race, and I'm thinking, well, okay, fine. You know, we've only had Red Bulls and you know, Mercedes and Ferrari being in the podium places. However, when you think about it long term, it's actually going to look really good for the title challenges in the next couple of years, because if we can have 3 teams, potentially 6 drivers in a title race, okay, even if it's 4 drivers, it's still going to be.
Bruv, it's the first season of the new regs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. Like 2019, what was it? Like, you know, the top 3 teams, Lewis still had a pretty easy title, but like it was still a bit of everyone getting involved. Wasn't there? There's always a battle going on. It's sort of been the same this year, isn't it? Really?
Well, look, it should be, now that it's Ferrari, Mercedes fighting for position, it should, from a constructor's point of view, really be Ferrari, Red Bull, in terms of if Ferrari weren't blundering. But then everywhere else, you've got McLaren Alpine, really close.
Yep.
You've got Haas, Alpha Tauri, really close.
Yes.
Yep.
And you've got Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, really close as well. It's only Williams who are like, hello. Like, at the back.
Hi, guys.
Just kind of doing their
and
thing.
a little bit further back, it's hello again as Latifi comes past. Like,
Oh, dear.
Oh, bless him.
No, we'll be doing
Latifi,
Latifi
what a
watch
man.
again, I feel. I think that needs to be a feature.
Bless him. I mean, we've only got 2 more races to watch him.
I know. Sad
So-
times.
we
Really
got
sad.
enough
There you
time.
go.
Did you hear him yesterday when he was like, it was lonely
3
back
races
there
for him.
in the sprint? Because he asked about his race and he was like, yeah, it's
I
lonely.
actually don't understand what happened there, because I'm pretty sure halfway through the sprint he was behind Alonso, who had pitted by that
Well,
stage.
yeah,
so-
Alonso pitted. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably talk about it in a bit more detail.
But shall we have a
during
look at the
race.
starting grid, actually? That's
Yes,
a good
yeah, I think we
chance
should. I think we
to,
should.
to
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
the starting grid, because as you can see, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, P1 and 2.
All Red
But
Bull
the Red
Row
Bulls
2.
are right there.
Indeed, indeed. All Red Bull Row 2, Leclerc and Norris, P5 and P6. K-Mag, who was obviously on pole after qualifying, slipped down to 8 and
Still
8,
got a
sorry.
point.
Still got a point, yeah, in the sprint. And he'll be
big
open
man
for more
Kev.
today. And then Sebastian Vettel and Pierre Gasly round out your top
Vettel had a
10.
great race, actually, in the sprint.
Yeah, Seb was insane. Like, given Stroll was obviously falling backwards through the order, I think Seb did a sensational job. Daniel Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, as you mentioned, gaining like 8 positions down towards the back. Got the 2 Williams there. The 2 Alpines, I mean, a disaster literally for them yesterday. Jesus Christ.
We haven't even mentioned that yet, have we?
Yeah.
They fumbled the bag so bad.
I mean, on like intergalactic levels, realistically.
And Intergalagos, I was going to say.
Intergalagos.
Intergalagos. That's amazing.
I tell you what, I was barbecuing some chicken.
Mate,
over
you were
that.
a happy
Let me
man.
tell you, I was barbecuing some chicken over the Alpine because, my God, I mean, you know what? That's what we have to rely on as McLaren fans. We have to rely on the fact that Alpine could literally throw this away.
Yep.
And so, but now I'm torn between wind tunnel time and money. I'm torn between those two. I don't know what's better.
Well,
long
Otmar was talking yesterday, and or day before, I can't remember, and he was saying that to them, the money is more important than the ATR. So finishing higher is always going to be more important. We don't know what the prize money distribution
That's
is
probably
exactly.
what it should be realistically. Otherwise, teams are like
100%.
throw stuff away
Yeah,
to get more air, like, you know.
But then, I mean, according to Christian, 7% ATR is about between a quarter and a half a second.
Yeah,
which
about a minute in lap time.
I don't know how that. For me, that's
Sauce,
that doesn't
trust
work.
me, bro.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Super XAV there saying, or Super Zav even, Intergalagos sounds like a sick Mario Kart track. It actually does, you know.
Make it happen.
Rainbow Road and Intergalagos.
A Mario sort of Grand Prix
Do you remember
season.
F1 Stars, that like Mario Kart F1 game that came out like 5-6 years ago? That was elite, bro.
Yeah, that was sensational.
Someone can make that on Minecraft, probably. You can make anything on Minecraft.
I made F1 tracks in Minecraft back in the day.
Of course you did.
Before
Doesn't that
I'd
surprise
ever
me?
felt the touch of a woman. That was only last week.
When
I
the
should say,
grass,
yeah.
the grass was still in pristine condition.
dear. Oh, God.
Oh, here
Shout
we
out to Amber if
go.
you're watching at home.
The intro is running.
I'll go
Buzzing.
Tiffy, there he is.
Oh, there he is, glorious,
Alonso
glorious.
is the
Controversial opinion, I think this year's like intro sequence is dead. Like
Yeah.
the last few years have been so much better. I think
agree.
last year was probably the best, maybe the year before, I can't remember,
Last
but
year's
like
pops, yeah.
this is not great. It's not even to the time of the music. Like whoever edited it needs not saying,
Come
not
on
saying
then,
I
come
can't
on
do
then,
their
come
job.
on
but
then.
You didn't just slide your CV in.
That's
That's
it.
all I'm saying.
You love an edit.
We'll deliver your
so-
cover letter for you.
in that Twitter DMs.
Hey,
Hey, you an editor?
The Sky Sports F1 one is pretty good when they're all like turning around on the machine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
that's it, man. I like that
stand
one.
a stair lift.
Decent. And the weather looks clear, which there was talk earlier, like last week, about this being a fully waterlogged weekend, but it was only raining.
Waterlogged.
Waterlager. Oh my days, this is sick. There's so many. Waterlager. This man. Mate, honestly, Niran, that's incredible, mate.
You've earned all of those subscribers.
Yeah.
You really have.
Every single one.
This is what he does.
It's clear to. But yeah, no, talking of Ocon and Alonso,
Oh,
I mean, Alonso's comments after were quite spiky.
Yeah.
Basically, can't wait for it to be over
yeah.
with
To
Esteban.
quote, finally it will be over.
Finally.
Which is, pretty cut and dry, I think, as to what his intentions are, what his feelings are about Esteban Ocon. Because he's had a few like little spiky moments.
been
with him.
some
Was that-
scuffles.
Was it Budapest where he got like squeezed into the wall? And there's, like,
Zandvoort.
7 positions. at the
Zandvoort
start.
as well.
Yeah.
There's been a few times. Look, I mean, what do we make of the two incidents? Obviously, side by side with your teammate. For me, that first one is definitely on Ocon. I
It
think.
is, because you need to be careful when, it's a teammate, but he is on the outside,
I think it's an opportunistic move, but I think the move is there.
Yeah.
And Ocon isn't in direct, like it's just them two side by side.
Yeah, I do sort of forgive Fernando for the second mistake because, at that point, he's already sorted himself from like turn 3. So he's a bit distracted, close behind him. So
It was a good save.
he was,
It was a
he
hell
was
of a
opposite
save,
lock.
man.
He was having, he's earned that. I don't know what I was going to say then, but yeah, moment and a half that was. moment and a half.
And also, a quick one, Yuki Tsunoda's starting from the pit lane.
Now,
What's happened there?
I mean, he had a shocker, so no surprise, might as well. But yeah, what did you make of that one? The first of the two incidents.
First,
just really
the
big.
first one, obviously, I was sitting there like, oh, God, here we go. But obviously, I was standing from a biased point of view of I want them to mess things up.
Yeah, you
right?
wanted them both to just be wiped
wanted both to
out.
go.
whose fault would you say that it was?
I would probably say it's Ocon's fault,
Yeah.
just about. Because it was kind of like, ain't this just racing? Ain't this kind of like elbow to elbow racing? And he kind of saves it in the end. I feel like if Ocon's car's no longer there, then Alonso does like a good 360 and that's it. He's done. So I don't know.
But I think that's the move that causes the damage to Ocon. That
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
means
that
he
ruined
falls
Ocon's
back
race,
and
yeah.
his car catches fire at the end, which I'm assuming that was related to it. What do you reckon, Niran, that first one?
The first one, it's probably Ocon. I was just doing devil's advocate, but it is probably Ocon's fault because it's your teammate. Just give him a little bit more room. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
the contact that came from it ruined his race.
Look,
So,
you
did you
know,
need to do
you
that?
know full well I love Esteban, but he is guilty of not giving his teammate. And I do think you have to race your team, especially when you're in a midfield car, when you're playing more for the team. Like if you're going for a championship, like fair enough, be selfish.
Yeah.
But like, especially in the situation where they're so close to McLaren,
Yes.
you have to play the team game more. I think that was more on Ocon. But the second one, Fernando did just drive into the back of it.
Yeah,
like
he did just drive in a straight line into the back of
there was
Ocon.
nothing more Ocon. Ocon was like, I didn't even know it happened. I didn't even know he'd like made contact with me.
Ocon's
after
just
the race.
cruising along, little Saturday drive, cruising
Yeah.
out.
front wing everywhere.
You know what? It was so uncharacteristic of Alonso because it was such a stupid crash. It was like, you know what I mean? It was like, what's happened here? Has Ocon, braked or something? Like what? How is this
Lifted off
happened?
or like,
Something-
it's weird,
It just
yeah.
looked so wrong that I feel like there's more to this.
Because obviously the incident with Stroll in Austin, like Alonso did slipstream right to the back of Stroll, but also Stroll fully like left hand down there. So like fair, like that was fully on Stroll as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
I just,
Mate,
I think he just misjudges
Stroll's
it.
been driving recently like it's in an F122 like open lobby or something. He's
You
on
can't do that to
smoke,
your
bro.
teammate, man.
I don't
You
know
can't
what was
do that.
going on in the teammate association yesterday, but they were just all at each other's throats. Stroll and Vettel. I loved Seb's team radio, by the way, of just okay.
Yeah, literally.
It was just like safe. Cheers, thanks, mate.
It's the opposite of like he didn't like rise to it, whereas Alonso was like, right, crash into the back of you, safe, like equivalent to fucking finally at the end, like Kimi Räikkönen when he won it.
You just wonder, like, what will it do for them next year? Like, how will Alonso and Stroll fare next year?
That is going to be World War III, mate.
I'm ready for it.
Two goats of the
We'll
sport
see.
going head to head. I don't know who's going to come out on top, bro.
With
Right.
Lawrence as the boss. Oh.
So, tyre compounds to start. Everyone's on softs, apart from the 2 Ferraris, the 2 Haas, and Stroll. And
Further
Albon's
down
on
the
hard.
order. Yeah, I was going to say, further down the order, there's a lot more mediums, but in terms of the top 10.
Come on, Alex.
Albon
One
on
stop,
hard.
final lap, boom.
Albon gets mentioned. You're also now on hard as well.
Oh.
Go back to 2018 when they had the super hard,
Oh.
the orange compound.
Ultra hard.
Yeah, that was a throwback. But yeah,
I do miss those colours, though, the pink and the orange and stuff like that. I kind
It
of miss
just,
them.
I
They
do,
were
but it
vibey.
also made no sense. Like, hyper softs,
it was-
like,
they were vibey.
nah, it was kind of cool still.
But it was so many tyres. It's like, you don't need tyres. Yeah. Come on now.
I mean, it still is the case now with the C4 and 5 and whatever. These, I don't know what that means. Like,
Yeah, they picked 3 out of the 5, didn't they? Yeah,
yeah.
something like that.
But then they only bring 3 to each race.
Yeah.
They only actually bring 5 tyres to each race. Whereas 2018, they
Well,
were
5
9
sets.
tyres.
There's just
to
5
every race.
tyres. You've got like 4 strapped on, one at the back to spare. Like,
Hey, look, if you're a Ferrari, that's probably enough, you know?
One spare,
Yeah, it's
4x4.
Right, formation lap's almost done because this track is so short.
tension's building. I swear, if George Russell does the Turn 1 masterclass and blows up Lewis, I may storm out.
Oh, no, it can't happen. Surely it can't actually happen.
He turned in on me.
I think Lewis would retire then.
Oh, look, 1.98 seconds.
Come on.
Fastest pit stop. McLaren.
That is absolutely
That
ridiculous,
is
by
I
the way.
know. And it's not even the fastest ever.
No.
That's what makes it worse. That was what I was.
But that was with
watching
the
it.
old like the fastest ever is like 1.7 something.
That's a good
But
point,
that's with the
yeah.
old wheels.
That's a good
These are
point.
much heavier now. So here we go.
Let's start lining up on grid.
And this is the perfect time to remind you to like the stream and subscribe to the last lap.
Indeed. Slap
Do it.
the bell for mobile notifications, all that jazz.
That's it. Get your
Yeah.
ears open for a Tuesday podcast.
Oof.
We'll have a
And
little chat after
hopefully-
this race.
Yeah, there'll be a lot to dissect during this Grand Prix.
Look, it's been a banging weekend so far. Hopefully, this race delivers just as much, if not more. Hopefully.
Yeah. I think it can deliver, man. This is a great circuit.
There
so-
he is. Look at him, Alex Albon. Oh, what a man! A beautiful lid as well.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Some good
this is
Brazilian
really
lids
good.
this season.
Very good
this
lids.
weekend, isn't
The
it?
colours work though, don't they?
Yeah,
Like,
they
you
do.
know, how bad can it be? Green and yellow, and then
Yuki
mix
starting
it
from the
up.
pit lane as well.
My boy.
I get so stressed as they line up on the grid. Whoa.
No, I'm
Here we
tense.
go.
God.
That turn-
Come on, Lewis.
Here we
tense.
go.
Whoa.
The green flag is waving. 3, 4, 5. Here we go.
We're underway.
Here we go.
Good start from George, I can't
Stinker.
lie.
Start from George.
Everyone pretty much in
Oh, they're away.
sequence.
Well done.
Oh,
go on, Norris.
Oh, he has
Come
to
on,
kind of
Lando.
get
Have a
ahead of
little
the
crash.
grass a
Have a
bit.
little crash. It's
He's
only a
got
Red
past
Bull.
the Ferrari though, right? He's got past Leclerc.
Great
That's
move from
lovely.
Lando. He has.
Lovely.
You're right.
Oh, that's an Alfa Romeo with a puncture. I think.
And up to B5. Oh, there's an Alpine getting a bit. Oh, George Russell, comfortable little start there.
Aye, aye, aye.
Well done, George.
Yeah, George Russell slapped the start there.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
my ladies
Very
and
well
gentlemen.
smashed it.
Really well
Very
done.
Yeah, Lando did a great job getting ahead of
Yeah,
Charles.
Well done, Lando. Yeah, that
Was there any other movers? Alonso already up to P16.
Ferrari being on the
down to
mediums at the
16.
start has come back to bite them a little bit. Didn't get
Perhaps.
the launch. Daniel's launched it.
Daniel's
K-Mag.
going for it.
And he's Daniel on the way through.
Daniel, you washed, bro. Come on.
Oh, Tittinell.
How you feeling, bro? How you
Conte,
feeling?
Ricardo, Magnussen.
He wasn't
Magnussen
going to get points
spins
anyway.
Do you know the ones? Like, you ain't
Oh,
getting
it's
me
a
no
safety
points.
car.
and
It's
takes
a
out
safety
Daniel
car.
Ricciardo.
For flip's sake, Danny.
Damn it. Well, look, that's 2 more positions that Albon doesn't have to overtake to get into the points. So
The tragedy of Formula One.
Oh, that's a-
Pole on the Friday, out on the Sunday.
all or
That's
nothing, wasn't
it.
it?
You know.
All or nothing. So Magnussen's just kind of doing his own
I
thing.
mean,
Yeah,
he's doing his own thing, isn't he?
yeah.
Doing his own
Hard
thing.
to put much on K-Mag there.
Yeah,
Want to see Ricardo's on board.
Oh.
I
Well, I
respect
can't
the
believe that's
revenge.
the
I
worst.
do respect the revenge.
Yeah,
though.
it was kind of, if that is Ricardo's fault, don't know if he got tagged from behind, but then that's kind of definition of karma, isn't
I
it?
feel like he's thrown like a nose in
Yeah.
just like to try and put him off, and it's just
kind of like he did on Sonoda.
well, at least he was alongside Sonoda,
Yeah,
like a
true.
bit, but there was just like kind of.
Oh dear.
Oh, the team know he's washed.
Let's get
at this
that.
point.
Just get that McLaren insight straight away, Pete. What are you feeling, mate?
I need to see it again.
I feel like you need to see it on
because
board
I
with
feel
Daniel.
like I think there's something more. I can't just imagine Danny's gone and done that. No way. There's something else. But I like what you said anyway yesterday about having to take a year out so that he can find himself.
He's going to go to Thailand.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to a gap year.
Well, again, like last race, he was on top of the world. You know, did a great job in. Look at
Absolutely collided that side.
Yeah.
God.
That's the thing. Like, great weekend in Mexico, and just hasn't been at one with a car at all this weekend. And this is just a kind of visualization of that. Problems that he's been having.
Slapping.
That
What?
sign is just
That
going
right
back.
board is not playing. Oh, yeah, it's absolutely clattered that left rear.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, that is done.
But
That is
listen,
toast.
you can't take that pole away from him.
You can't. Well, I mean,
And he
Daniel's
scored
taken
a
the race
point.
away from him.
And he scored a point.
his
So
point.
there you go.
I'm gutted for these two though. They imagine there's still like 70 laps to go, and now you got to watch it from the back.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
I did kind of give
K-Mac and Daniel, tune into the last lap show. That's all I'm saying. Whilst you're in the garage.
Yeah.
get him in the live chat.
Seeing the review,
George had
replay
a
at the
mega start.
Yeah, George's start was crazy. Lewis's was pretty decent, but George's
And
got a mad
opportunistic up
start.
the inside, locked. So he needed to make sure he didn't make contact, because if you make contact when you lock your tyre, then
in
you are
trouble.
definitely getting a penalty.
I feel like there was definitely a split second there where Lando was like, shit.
Yeah.
Literally.
Do you know what? As well, that looks kind of similar to what Ricciardo's gone through. So I'm intrigued to see, is there something wrong with the way the McLaren kind of brakes, or how it is under braking when it comes to
Well, that's been
overtaking?
Daniel's whole issue, seemingly, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the brakes.
I was watching Ricciardo and Magnussen like before they actually made contact, and then as they made contact, it was really light.
Here we go.
It just felt like he kind of just put a nose in just to have a little look, and then. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. That is-
Danny.
That's not good.
Danny.
that's not good. He wasn't even alongside. He just hit the back of him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I thought he was just sneaking in the inside.
He was
and I
at
thought-
first. Then
kind of-
Yeah,
at that point,
he looked like he
just
backed out of it and then
mate.
just like carried too much speed in, doesn't he?
I
Really?
think he anticipated Kev going quicker.
Yeah, I think he did as well.
And then just,
Sorry, Danny, I can't defend you on that one. That's
yeah,
tough.
man, that's not good. That's bad.
Tough.
Oh,
That's Gary.
That guy's a fuming. Absolutely done for.
Do we
could
think
have
the
been.
safety car restart's going to be bad news for Mercedes or not? Because I think, George had a good start, got a bit of a gap, but now it's all packed up again.
Do it again.
yeah,
And the
Red
Red
Bull's
Bulls-
quick in a straight line.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
By the way, watching George attempt to overtake Max yesterday really did show how much of a difference there is in straight line speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the amount of slipstream that was required for George to actually attempt to make a move was crazy.
Sure.
That's
The
what I mean.
overspeed of the Red Bull is nuts.
That's the thing. Like, if the ideal setup of a car is that it's quicker around the corners in qualifying, quicker down the straights, because you just can't get moves done without straight line speed. It's just not going to happen unless it's like when Suzuka in the wet, when George got that move done around the outside, around the S. It's like it's only in those kind of circumstances you have to have the straight line speed, and that's why the Red Bull's been so able to move through the field. That's why I predict Max first, because I think he will be able to pick through. And look, he's P3 anyway. He's not got to pick far, is he? Let's be honest.
Magnussen might be out,
know
but
what?
Mick Schumacher's 10th.
If from Schumacher's sort of from his car there, it looks like there should not really be that much damage or even the touch between Danny and Magnussen. It doesn't look like there should be enough to warrant this kind of accident.
Bonk.
It looks so light.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, but like
It was so light.
if you're tapping someone from the back as they're accelerating, like
Fair.
you know,
You can't defend
you're gonna
it.
struggle to keep it in a
You can't defend it, but you could feel like you were unlucky.
Yeah,
know what I'm
maybe,
saying?
maybe,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
There's
Another
been
day.
heavier touches that have
Yeah.
like led to less than that.
Well, remember Leclerc Vettel here? Was it 2020?
19.
2019?
It always baffles me because I don't get how he got a punch. They
There's,
literally
like,
barely touched. Like, I watched the
barely.
replay. You
Yeah,
just see
yeah.
like just a little scurf and then
Scurf.
go off. A little scurf and then a bigger scurf as he goes straight on.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
big scuff.
There's a comment
Oh,
there
bless
saying
him.
poor K
I
Mag
could imagine
from pole to home.
That's it. Listen.
But he would take
Ripper
that.
Rooney.
He'll
He's
take
K-
that. If you
he's
said to him,
K-man
listen,
He got his
Right.
point. You know what?
Friday,
You'll
you'll
get
start
old, but
pole.
you'll be out. I mean, you know.
Listen, man, it's better
So,
than nothing.
given what we saw in the sprint, given that was a third race distance, 24 laps, like the fall from, it was always going to be difficult for him to hold on to the points regardless. So This is at the end of
Quite
the
a long safety car, by the way, I feel, for what.
The cars are still on track. That's the thing.
they've got-
Both cars are still there.
got the recovery vehicle out, so
Oh, yeah, no, 1,000. It just feels like it's taken quite a long time.
It is. Where are we? Lap 4.
it's a short lap, I suppose, isn't it? As well.
True.
So they come around. Yeah, lap 4 of 71. Oh,
It's a
Daniel.
mission to take these cars out, boy.
Yeah, it's not good.
Russell.
Yeah, look, I think
Walking down.
Yeah, I hope the Mercedes get away again.
that's the thing. I think once that DRS opens, I think it's important that Lewis stays within a second of George.
1,000, yeah, to be just carried along.
Oh no.
Leclerc's complaining of something strange going on with his engine.
Oh, I
That would top it all off, wouldn't it, realistically?
I couldn't be a Ferrari fan.
Ferrari
Mentally, I
saying
don't
it's not a
understand
problem.
it. I don't. It's bad enough being a Mercedes fan and they're not broken down all season.
yeah.
Well, Ferrari is saying it's not a problem, which means it's definitely a problem.
Yes, it's a massive problem.
That is a...
It's not a problem. That's just a small fire, mate.
A contained incident.
Stop the car.
We have fire on card. Do you want to take it out or keep going? Question.
Because that's the thing, they won't take accountability. They'll leave it up to him. Do you want to stop the car?
Denial. Just straight denial. Come on. Plan L.
We're going to have another science in Austria. Just
Bro, that
flames
was
up.
mad.
Hello, what we got here?
Albon in the pits. Come on,
off the
Alex.
hards. Off the hards.
That's it. Right,
Make them
mediums
hard.
to the end.
Mediums to the end.
My guy, see?
Oh, that's a good one, you know.
What, 65?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man.
That's a lot of laps.
That's it, man.
It was the tyre wear a problem for Max yesterday? I feel like it was just the fact that the softs didn't go off.
I mean,
more than
he seemed to think it was a tyre wear issue.
Okay.
Again, how much of that is truth, I don't know. But it feels like the Red Bull, from what Max said and what Christian said, they were really struggling with tyre wear. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I guess less practice for a sprint weekend means that not only do you get more competitive running, but also there's less time to prepare. So
Yes.
less time to iron out those issues. Because FP2 is basically pointless, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just.
Yeah, what is the point of FP2 in a sprint weekend?
So I mean, you're already under part firme. So what's the point?
Oh, yeah. Never even thought about that. So you can't even, change...
Well, you can barely change anything. You can, like, your wing angle. That's pretty much it, I think.
So if you don't get the right setup in FP1...
Yeah, that's it.
Wraps.
You're mudded. Here we go.
This is going to be the
Norris
start for Lando.
replay of the start.
Oh, he's had a decent
I haven't
start.
told him happy birthday yet. That's really bad of me.
Oh, savage.
You're a disgrace.
Right.
Mate, send a message now. I'm sure it'll pop up on his shirt.
yeah, go up on his dashboard.
Yeah, that's it.
Instagram notification.
Come on, bro. You know your besties.
Niran, less than 3.
Less than
I reckon that's the one. Or more than. Is it more than?
in the request section.
Yeah,
Spam.
big lockup.
Tell you what, thank God he dodged that Red Bull, man. Flip me.
That's what I mean.
We could have 2 McLarens out in lap 2.
Yeah, I think you'd have had 2 Red Bulls out there as well, to be honest
It
with
would
you.
have been a
Perez and
bad
Verstappen on
omen.
the outside.
Latifi up to P16. Go on, Nicholas.
Latifi watch is looking positive today.
That's it, man. That's it. No other particular movers throughout the field, I'd say.
Yeah, not really, to be honest. I guess
Bottas just
Schumacher.
had the best start, I think, of the lot. You have 3, moved up 3? 3 places?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bottas had a pretty good
Bottas
start.
was like, he went out in Q1, didn't he, on actual Friday?
You did
During
well
the
to you did well not to laugh on when we saw Bottas before he got in his car. When we saw the big November.
Aiden, that's what I looked at you about. Yeah.
Like this proper stats.
Someone was
Like, I think you were talking about something like, in depth, like tech talk. And we just used
Someone was saying
mustache like this, like,
Oh, I was like,
sus, bro. That's sus.
Is he still
thing
repping
is-
the stash then?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I've
Yeah, he's got it for
Darmstadt.
November, isn't
He
it?
needs to be
Jeffrey
careful.
Darmstadt.
And you end up having like a Netflix documentary about him if he's not keeps like growing that out.
I could feel you about to burst. And you held it in. I
was struggling.
Because
I
I'm
think
not
he pulls
holding.
it off quite well, actually. I think, he loves his coffee. I can imagine him like a barista. Like,
He used to cut his hair. It's a simple thing.
the beard as well, though. Like, Bottas is a beard man.
he's gone unkempt like Seb. Right, safety car is ending.
All right.
Come on, lads.
Coming into Jungsao, so
Come on,
final corner
Let's dunk on
Foul.
Perez.
as the safety car takes off.
And then Lewis, hammer time.
Vern Mylander is out of the lead,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it's in Russell's best interest to not go too soon because Max will swallow up Lewis if he's not careful.
Right, that sounds a bit sus, lad.
Whoa.
You need to your mind.
While in the car, you're crazy, bro.
Oh, you filthy little muddler.
Oh, no.
Right.
Oh, this.
George, he's gone.
gone.
Oh, Lewis is caught. That's it, bro. That's it, Lewis. Squeeze him.
No, I think Lewis is all
Sergio's
right.
getting
Oh,
involved as well.
go on,
Check,
Sergio.
Sergio.
Oh,
Max from the outside.
Lewis
Turn
to
two.
Hamilton Verstappen contact. It's 2021 all over again. Max Verstappen's lost most of his front wing. Both of them are in the mud.
Oh my God.
They're both falling.
Max is slow. He's dropping down.
no.
Lewis has definitely got like side pod damage or something.
There's one man to blame for this.
Max Verstappen.
It's not Max Verstappen. It's George freaking Russell.
It's Daniel Ricciardo.
Danny Rick.
He's in the
come on.
blood.
Shut the
Contact with Lando Norris.
Oh, no, because George is going to
fine.
win
That's
this
We've
race
lost
now.
Max. This podium's going to be sick.
This is ridiculous.
podium, man.
Come on.
Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, all
green
probably out in some way.
Lewis is still skirting, to be
Lewis
fair.
is still going. Oh, that's close.
Ridiculous amount of contact on this restart lap. What is going on?
Did Leclerc? I think Leclerc kept it going.
That car is
He hit the
definitely
wall,
not
though,
100%.
Leclerc.
Yeah,
So
but
if
he hit
he'll
it
have
front
damage.
on. So
Yeah, I'm surprised.
What's
it's a green
Max
flag.
saying? But it's not his fault.
he hit it
somehow.
very front on. So I think Leclerc actually might be okay.
Verstappen's got a pit. So Verstappen's coming in.
Yeah.
Lewis is staying out, but I don't know what damage he has. It felt like one of his it looked like one of his barge boards came off. I think
Norris P3.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, but he's just cleaned out.
He might get a penalty for that.
Get a penalty for that.
True.
This is
Wow.
like, quite frankly, George Russell's race to lose now. Like 100%.
Oh, massively. Yeah.
George fumbles this.
Right,
Vettel
new front wing
P5.
for Verstappen.
Jeez.
Yeah, Vettel P5.
Go on, Vettel.
Goodness gracious me. Seb has taken advantage of that. He was P9.
Sebas 5.
Wow.
Yeah, Seb, please talk to science because I can't have Norris losing.
So Leclerc's in the pit.
I need. Oh man.
Oh, wow. This is...
Schumacher P7.
So Lewis has stayed out, but he definitely lost
He looked,
body
he looked
weight.
like he had a puncture, but I mean, what do I know?
What do you know exactly?
Literally nothing.
It looked like Lewis lost body work, but
Didn't look great either way.
There's a lot of replays they're going to show us because, man, a lot.
Lando
lot
saying
went
something
on.
feels odd on the steering.
Oh, don't say
I'm not so, well, he's just clobbered, yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah.
Absolutely clarted him.
People, I can't have two McLarens out of this race. In Brazil, no chance.
There's George Russell, Sergio. Yeah, it's a great opportunity for Sergio Perez as well.
It is.
George Russell is giggling, bro. He is absolutely cackling in there.
Struan Robinson, thank you very much, mate, for the super chat. Thoughts on free practice sessions, then sprint grid is based on reverse grid. Previous race result was something similar. It's a good point.
Would love a reverse grid, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Reverse grid would have made yesterday's race was interesting enough as it was, but I don't know how I feel
it's
about
the
reverse
replay.
grid, to be honest.
So, Max, what has he done?
Tough, right? We'll get back to that.
Oh. Who are you blaming?
I feel like as a Lewis fanboy, he probably could have left a little bit more room, but Max could have easily pulled out of that. So I think that's more like 50-50 maybe. I don't know.
Who's ahead going in?
Lewis was ahead.
Lewis is ahead, but
throughout.
I actually don't know how to judge that.
Max
Can't
was
even
very
lie.
close alongside, but I don't know. I'm reluctant to give a strong opinion on that until I see a few more angles, to be honest. I wonder if
Aaron been in the Ferrari in the wall. I love to see
you got to
that.
think might Norris get a penalty for that?
Yeah, he will. 10 seconds. Comfortable. A comfy 10 seconds.
Good old Fisher.
that.
Good old.
Yeah, that's
Is it Norris' fault there? Yeah.
that's a Norris penalty.
He
Yeah,
understood?
Charles
yeah?
had some very choice words for Lando there.
yeah, which
Did
I
he?
mean, fair enough. Like
He's
in
just
the
understeered,
heat
isn't he?
battle.
Wide. He just
Yeah.
understeered into
Yeah.
Charles.
Well, go on, Lewis.
Lewis
Oh,
is
is he
making
gonna
his way
take
back
him?
through.
Okay.
I know.
He's got the
going for it.
DRS.
Any damage Lewis does have can't be too bad. He's making a move past Pierre Gasly. Sainz overtaken Lando now as well.
The comeback's on, boys. It's on.
He's got a long way
If
to come
Lewis
back,
was to
but we'll
win
see.
this race here, from here,
Yeah.
classic. Not just
Unreal.
because it's Lewis, but I just don't understand how in this situation.
That's going to take some
Yeah, it would take a
shenanigans.
bit.
I don't see a future of this race where George Russell doesn't win. Like Perez maybe, but like this, like Verstappen's back there, Leclerc's back there. They just surely.
You're just
surely.
You're jinxing this.
That's what I mean. I don't want him to win. I'd rather Lewis win
feel
or
the
no
jinx
Mercedes
when
win.
Well, you don't even want Russell to win.
I don't really, because I know obviously we're like, wow, George is definitely better than Lewis. He absolutely smashed him in 2022.
The only reason I wouldn't want George to win is because you know that if he wins, he'll say the word mega, and I hate that word.
Oh, hello. Why?
You know, people describe things as mega.
Mega.
I can't stand it. It's like an ick. It goes through me. I can't stand
It'd
it.
be like, Tommo, your
Mega
forehead
result.
is
I'm like,
mega.
I missed that one. I'll let
Is
you.
it
I'll let
like
you.
when-
Ready for the best.
Is it like when people use the word moist and everybody seems to have a problem with that?
Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
Interesting.
Lewis seems to think bunch of his floor is missing, but the team seem confident that he's okay. And he's making positions through, so I can't
Where's these
see.
Alpines? None of them are in the points. That's what we like to see. Bottas, hold that, yeah? Hold them there.
Hold that.
Hold them there. Just hold them there.
Yeah.
Because I've got one driver with no points. I need Norris knee deep in the points.
Knee deep in the points.
I still can't work out. Like, honestly, yeah, Max and Lewis are like 50-50 on that one. I think
so?
I'm tending to agree.
I
Because
think
like
I'm leaning more
Lewis could have
50-50
given him
as
more
well.
space, but Max's entrance into turn 2 was a bit sort of like, I'm fucking going.
You know what it kind of
Whether I hit
reminds
you or
me
not.
of? It kind of reminds me of Verstappen Ocon when Ocon was trying to
my
unlock
God.
himself.
Oh my God.
It kind of reminds me of that one where like Ocon stayed in and Max was ahead and went to, but Ocon kept his nose in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was
Almost
contact.
as if, well, my nose is here, you have to give me space.
It was quite similar to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see some more onboards before I
Right,
give
Lewis
my
has got to have Vettel here, surely.
Tomo endorsed opinion.
Come on, lad.
It's almost certified.
Tomo certified. Exactly, mate. Yeah, I mean,
Flashbacks to 2017, 18, Lewis versus Vettel.
holding on to that 1.5 second gap
Can't
between
get
Russell
him
and
there.
Perez as well. But yeah, Lewis is making good progress here, so implies there's good pace in that Mercedes. Well, we know there is from yesterday. So
Give
soft
me
tyre as well.
a Sebastian Vettel podium
I mean, that'd be so
right
nice.
now.
That'd be so nice.
Again, don't know how it happens
What, over Norris?
at all.
Over Norris?
But it-
100%.
How dare you?
Well,
wait, what's
no.
Norris is
time
young.
will
He's
come.
got so much
This
time.
is-
to
it's
give
the
him.
last two
He's had a
races.
podium.
It's true.
But also, I mean, I would love that. But also, he's got his steering arm is a 90-degree angle right now. And, so
Bro's driving like
I'm
this.
being realistic. Like, if that wasn't the case, then of course, yeah.
His car is handling like a team sport go-kart right now. Absolutely done out.
Yeah,
He's driving a Vauxhall Astra. as
We've all
we
been
speak.
there.
Listen, no one will be banned if Vettel's on the podium. Let's be clear.
And look, Albon's ahead of Latifi. Come on.
In the battle that
The
really
water
matters.
is wet, bro. What did you
That's
expect?
the one that really matters, all right?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's see. How far is he off Sonoda now?
Red Bull mechanics fit a new nose in 10 seconds, which is apparently a new record.
Really?
A new nose.
Front wing swap record.
Yeah.
That's hopefully to do mine next. Like, sort that out. Get a bit smaller.
That beak will take more than 10 seconds, mate.
See, ever since I lost weight when I was younger, like I didn't realize I had a big nose till I lost weight because I was always just like, oh, I'm fat. Oh, suddenly I've got a big nose. What's happened here?
Bless you, Aiden. It's all part of growing up, mate. I just learned I've got a deviated septum. One of my nostrils is much bigger than the other, and I can't breathe out of one nostril, yeah.
Mazza.
I've got no sense of smell, so similar vibe.
Yeah, you can see it. Got a camera on me, go on.
No, I.
If you look closely,
Intriguing.
one's bigger than the
That
other.
was brave to do that angle. That could have gone terribly wrong. That could have
Tommo's
hit you
notebook.
I've
horribly.
got no shame, mate, so it's fine. 5-second time penalty for Verstappen causing a collision.
Oh. Whoa.
I mean,
I definitely would have gone more Lewis's fault than Verstappen.
Would you?
I would have said 50-50 as my answer, but if you had to say one more than the other,
5-second penalty.
I'm surprised by that.
Very interesting.
yeah, even as a like Lewis Ultra that I've seemed to become now, I would probably
Lewis
say like
Ultra.
I'd say it's probably a racing incident. But I mean, we take anything that sort of slows Verstappen down.
Yeah.
I'll
He
welcome it.
I don't know. And then Norris 5 seconds as well.
He's got off lightly there. to be
got off
fair.
lightly. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take 5 seconds
Very
now,
light.
boy.
Well, look, he's already. Is he gapping? He's not
Go on,
gapping
then.
Vettel by that
No,
much. No,
Lando's
he's
got a
not.
5-second penalty.
Yeah, you think he's going to get
Battle for
overtaken.
four.
Vettel's doing a good job.
Norris,
holding off.
Vettel,
Oh, here we go.
Hamilton.
Hamilton up the inside of Vettel. Yeah, Seb knows that's not his. There's not his fight. No point losing time.
Oh, they're just best friends. They're lovey-dovey.
We're just best friends.
If that was Verstappen, come
Three
on, let's
nice looking
swing it.
cars there, isn't it? You know, the McLaren, the Mercedes, and the Aston Martin all there. 11 titles between the three of them.
Oh.
Norris contributing 0.
I like that. Oh dear.
Well, that gap Russell Perez has not changed all race. I wonder how much that's managing and because I guess you're in dirty air, you're losing a bit more on your tyres, but
It's time. Battle of mid for the race win.
Battle of mid.
You know what? I've never this opinionated or like
Verstappen
extreme in anyone, but now I'm on here, I'm like,
Yeah.
just attack everyone. Just attack
Anyone can get
everyone.
it.
Yeah, anyone can
Anyone
get
who could, anyone could get mad on Twitter. Twitter interactions, it's still there, you know. If you disagree with any of my takes, head over to my YouTube channel and leave a comment. Leave some abuse. And subscribe too.
So what happened? Hang on, Ocon's in up to 10th. What, and I can still see Bottas ahead of Ocon. So who's gone? Who missed out in that pack?
Wait, what's this? Sorry.
So,
Oh, right.
yeah,
There was
9, 10, 11.
someone was 10th, wasn't there? There wasn't
Yeah.
Ocon, and it was Stroll. Stroll was 9th, and now he's 12th.
What's he doing? What's Stroll doing?
It's terrorism again. It's just the usual from
Lewis
Lance
is going
Stroll.
for him. He's
Hamilton
done
on
it.
That's
Norris.
Lewis
There you go.
through into P4.
This could be the comeback of dreams here. I can imagine the crowd are screaming.
Yeah, I could imagine in the bedlam.
That would be vibe.
If
that the
he,
word? Yeah.
if he,
Ooh.
I think so.
Alonso in the
If he actually wins this race,
Imagine the scenes.
the weekend in which he gets the honorary citizenship. I mean,
Alonso's in because he's just fed up.
Fernando on mediums.
He's just decided, you know what?
Put me
lads,
in.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
Early
I've seen
stop.
Ocon on track. I'm good. I'm getting out of there.
let's just get out.
I love the way with Ocon's the way that Ocon dropped back and like they were started next to each other on the grid. They just found a way for them two to come together.
To marry.
Here we go again.
Meant to be. So this Verstappen's on board.
We're in front. We're not in front anymore.
You know what?
Verstappen is more than halfway
Yeah,
alongside.
Lewis has squeezed him a little bit.
Honestly, I'm
but-
surprised he's got a 5-second
Yeah.
penalty there.
Yeah, I think that is just a racing incident, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, they both could have left more
Verstappen
room.
goes-
Same as, like, most of the races, like, last year, they had an incident. They both just left more room.
Because I think Lewis is ahead, but Verstappen's more than 50% of the way alongside. And the way I look at it is if you're more than 50% of the way alongside, in my opinion, I don't if this is to do with the rules or whatever, I think you're entitled to a car's whip. So,
Yeah.
but then also, like, it's hard to tell how much momentum Max was carrying through there as well. Because he did just, after the contact, Max
Yeah.
also went off the track to the left.
Yeah. The truth
So-
is, as well, like we all would want it to just be a racing incident and
I
just say,
think
"Crack on."
that's probably a racing
That's what we
incident.
wanted.
Yeah.
Because everything gets penalised for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already had enough of penalties. He's 16th, and Lewis is still 4th now. So, like,
I mean,
it's-
yeah, that's a good point.
But also, yeah, it's the thing. It's like penalties shouldn't reflect the outcome,
yeah.
but in theory, but then also it's hard to not look at the outcome.
Sometimes, sometimes you have to. Yeah, sometimes you just have to. Listen, what is the Aston Martin quicker than the McLaren? Is that? Am I seeing this?
Look,
Is this actually
Again, I
happening
have
before
to
me?
point out that Lando's steering arm looks like a chicken wing.
I'm with you. But
that Aston's quick in a race, man.
allow me, man. Aston Martin's wearing the constructors. Where are they? I can't find
That's
them.
the thing, though. Sprint races, obviously, you're essentially doing 1.3 times the race distance.
Yes.
So any car that struggles in qualifying but does well in the race, and that has typically been the Aston Martin for the second half of the season, is going to get rewarded.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we're seeing Seb all the way up in P6 going for P5. Although I don't think he's close enough. Is he?
Oh, he's
he
going
is.
for it.
Oh, Sebastian.
Fair play, Seb. Lovely move.
Lovely stuff.
Norris didn't fight it too hard, which probably was the right move long term.
Right, Lando.
There is a problem.
We pit him.
Just stay here now. 6 would still be solid.
Let's get a medium in it. I feel like just grab some mediums.
Grab a
let's go
cheeky
again.
medium.
Yeah, because you look at the pack near the front after Science. It's after Hamilton rather. It's up for grabs.
That's it. It's true. There's big
Especially
points on.
There's some
Yeah,
good
big,
points there.
big points for 5th place going right.
This is a big mid-table race.
It's huge.
Very mid.
This is one of them where like an Alfa
Super mid.
Romeo is going to get 19 points.
All of the
somehow.
mid.
It's like
Sounds like a tyre combine in like 2018, like a super mid,
super mid.
No, exactly.
or a channel that does F1 videos. You know, super mid.
There you go. There you go.
Valtteri Bottas around the outside of Mick Schumacher. Was that?
Started 14th, now P8. Valtteri.
Valtteri.
My
Fair play,
guy.
Valtteri.
What a race he's having.
That mustache. They see it in the mirror and they just pull out. And they're like, nope.
It's like Jeffrey Dahmer.
I tell you what, big up to George as well. He's doing all right.
You got to think though, Max will. Like, we're 18 laps into a 71 lap race. Max is, unless he's got other damage to his car, aside from the front wing, he's probably still going to pick his way through. But
I reckon P5 made for max minimum.
maybe
mate.
my prediction isn't going to come to fruition. Oh,
Is that another
right
barbecue?
on Science Ferrari is smoky in the pit.
Very, very hot
Tell
tire.
you, I've got some shrimp ready. Tell you that.
On the Barbie.
Damn, blimey, get that car up to speed, Carlos, before it
He's
catches
back on
fire.
softs. Oh no, he was on mediums originally, wasn't he? So
Yes.
he's pitted off mediums before other people around him have pitted off softs.
Smoke's still coming out.
Muy interesante.
Listen,
20, 30
He's
laps.
been
Ferrari
doing his
master plan.
Duolingo.
Come on, mate, I'm out here.
He's behind Albon.
Jesus, he's Spanish.
Come on, Alex. Alex P11, mate. Come on, Albon watch. Get on it. Get to know. Considering his car, like, well, I think he hit Debris in the sprint because he just kind of conked
Yeah.
out and no one talked about it.
He did.
I think
Sorry?
he hit Debris. Alex Albon.
Oh right, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course.
There's
Who
always
else?
a special.
Oh, no.
Let's look at this.
The science is right on his tail already. Going around the
He's just
outside.
driven that's mental.
Mind you, is that car still smoking though? That
I
rear?
think it is, you know. It's a good point.
Even there's a bit of fog, or
Yeah, actually, isn't it? It's just
Bit of random fog.
just hovering over that Ferrari.
oh, there's a
tear off.
tear off stuck in it.
There's a what?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Tear off stuff. Why is it tear off?
Oh,
Why is the tear off?
In the brakes.
Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, it was smoking anyway.
God,
That's on fire.
yeah, it's on
Bloody hell.
fire.
Could that? I guess maybe they didn't know it was a tear off.
That is.
That car and my face are currently both on fire. About as red as each other. Whenever they go to the closer, I'm like, get off the screen, bro. Get off the screen. My family watching this embarrassed. They're ashamed. My genetics have done this as your fault. Sally Vincent, this is your fault. Wow. Your genetics have done
That's
this to
some
me.
fourth wall shit, man.
What, there's
Damn it,
cameras
Sally.
here? No way.
That is some fourth wall shit. Latifi B14. Go on, Nicky.
He's got Verstappen 7 tenths behind.
That's it. Maxwell.
We need
Maxwell,
Latifi
he's
to
way for
just give Verstappen a hard time
it. No.
for all that payback.
Listen. Okay, so look, well, the gap Russell Perez has grown.
growing.
2.5 seconds now.
It's growing.
Lewis 5 seconds off the back of Sergio. Interesting. I think, you know, Mercedes hold the cards now because Max is so far back and Checo's stuck in that sandwich. So, but then Mercedes strategy. I think
Say Lewis. Sorry to interrupt you there, but say Lewis gets to second at some point in this race. Do you reckon they're going to let them race for the win, or they're just going to say,
Oh yeah, let them race.
I don't know? Yeah,
Let them race.
I actually have a feeling that if Lewis was leading, they'd be more likely to say,
There's
"Don't
no
race."
way George is letting Lewis past. Like we've seen.
That's what I'm worried about.
George has been
Lewis
guilty.
Lewis going to have a clear on. He's going
And
to go
Sergio
for it. George
Perez
is gonna be
wins,
like,
Mate, we saw it at Zandvoort. We saw it at Zandvoort. Like George was racing for himself.
Yeah.
And I think you've got like in that seat. I think he owes it to himself to go 100%. He wants to go long.
long. Yeah. 19 laps old, these tyres. He's gone longer than Science did on the mediums. We mean.
That's it. That's it. Well, listen. I mean,
This is clearly the best tyre for this, though, isn't it?
making the one-stop work. I think Mercedes seems pretty good on tyres.
It definitely seems like it is.
Once they get them up to temperature, then they're pretty good on their tyres, aren't they? So we'll see. Mick Schumacher P8 as well. Look at that.
Go on, Mick.
On the medium as
He's
well.
fighting for his life. He's fighting for his life at this moment in time because
Do we think that's done now? Do we think that's finished regardless of what he does in these last couple of races?
I think it could be. I think they're going to get Hulkenberg back in. I don't think they should get Hulkenberg back in, but I think it's done now. Don't think there's much you
so.
can
So
do.
if Schumacher has like 2 top 10 finishes,
Say he gets 2
Maybe.
point scoring finishes in the last 2 races.
Maybe. I just feel like it's all been signed and sealed by now.
I would actually be worried if they hadn't made a decision by now.
Yeah.
To an extent. Because, like, lads, it's November.
yeah,
I mean, Hulkenberg's not
Halloween's
doing
been
much,
and
though, is
gone.
he? Like,
Yeah, true. Yeah.
no, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
But they're in a sticky situation. I mean, because Mick probably hasn't deserved to be in Formula One next year, right? But there's a lot of caveats to this. I do think the decision.
now,
for
mate,
Haas is
Kvyat
hard.
retired a couple of years ago, boss.
Danny.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
No, you have to get him in.
Danny Kvyat.
Honourable.
you've got nothing there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it is a harder decision than we give it credit for that Haas have to make regarding Mick.
Yeah, I think the assumption is that in Nico Hulkenberg, you'll get a driver who's got solid pace and won't have accidents. That's the assumption. That's clearly the factor. That you've got a young driver who's trying to prove himself and is more likely to overdrive than Nico Hulkenberg would.
But what was the last season that Nico drove a full F1 car?
2019.
2019.
Yeah, 19, I think.
Do you think that?
Yeah.
Do you not think that affects his overall pace?
Yeah, there's
when
no
it goes back?
guarantee. Like he's always been good over a lap.
1,000, yeah.
Like he's always had a good quality in him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good point. That's the thing. And when you're in your late 30s, you have a big gap of time off. Yeah, there's always that concern for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but then when he has stepped in, he out qualified Stroll earlier. Like
Yeah.
Remember
last year.
Silverstone
well,
in
yeah.
2020, wasn't he? Came in Silverstone, qualified third in that racing point.
Yeah.
He has got
Racing
minerals
point.
when he wants to turn up.
Yeah.
That's it, exactly. And then he couldn't even compete in, what was it? There was 2 races, wasn't there? And the first one, he couldn't even compete in the race because the car broke. Just picked right.
Yes.
Leclerc box.
Right, let's all prepare ourselves. Something's go wrong.
Oh,
So they're already changing again.
He only just came in, yeah.
Yeah. What was he on mediums? No.
I'm going to assume...
Medium again.
That's,
put it on.
Oh, it's gone well.
an interesting one.
What's he got?
Because it surely would have. I'm guessing they changed tyres when he pitted on lap 1.
You know,
I assume so. That's what I thought.
I feel like I spend so much like mental energy trying to work out what Ferrari are doing during the race. I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Just let them do their thing.
Yeah, it's
I'll work
hopeless,
it
man.
out at the end.
Yeah.
Because
He's gone on softs, hasn't he?
Latifi's on hards. Wraps. Game over. Latifi watch his conclusion for today.
Yeah, I think it's
it.
done.
right, Lewis hasn't closed that gap. The gaps at the front have kind of opened up a bit. So
Lewis has brought that down by a second and a half.
Yeah.
It was 8.
Wait, did Leclerc make the last fastest lap?
Sorry.
And how? Leclerc. It seems that he's got a time next to him. Is that fastest lap?
Yeah, he's got fastest lap.
So when did he do that?
Oh, like just after he pitted the first time.
I see Owen Murray stirring the
And he's
pot.
held it that whole time.
Verstappen hasn't
Yeah,
crashed
actually,
until he
yeah.
has an incident with Lewis Hamilton.
I did see that, and I mean,
Come on. It's for me that's a racing incident as racing incidents go.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think either of them give each other an inch anymore. Like they didn't much last year. But
There was no
I
compromise
was
on
gonna
either
say,
side.
neither of them do anything outrageously dangerous necessarily. But they're just like they're not gonna yield, and it just ends up
Yeah.
always like little bonks here
I think
and there.
that's what it is rather than like conspiracy of like
Yeah.
they just crash into each other all the time. I think they've just learned that
Lewis
when
could
they
have
come
easily
together-
come off worse in that.
1,000, yeah. On the outside,
He's just
gets
lucky,
spun round.
yeah.
It's like the Ocon Verstappen situation you were talking about.
Literally.
He's lucky, if anything, that he was the winner out of that.
Yeah. No. Here we go. Science
That's what I'm
radio.
saying.
Are we on a 2 or a 3? Are we on plan X or
We don't know. We will come back to you.
we are checking?
Question: would you like to retire for Bant or?
Save the engine.
Stop the car.
Save the fresh new Ferrari power unit.
Sergio Perez is in.
Oh, okay. I was
Here
wondering
we
why
go.
he's got.
Into the pit.
Will
we must
Mercedes
go.
react to this? So Perez puts the medium on from the soft.
He won't be able to undercut George because he had like 3 seconds over.
2-second pit stop.
That's a sick pit.
Wow.
Wow. Jeez.
Red Bull are just good.
That's
aren't
about
they?
as quick as it
They
gets.
are.
As much as
They
I
are.
do like to give them flack, just because it is, I don't like football. This is as close to being a yob as I get at F1. But like, they are just sick, and they are operating at a massively
Verstappen
high
boxing
level
as
right
well?
now.
I think their pit crew must just back about 6 cans before they start. Before every pit stop, boom.
So
back 'em
Red
down.
Bull have pitted Perez into traffic here. He's
not
right
ideal.
behind Bottas and Norris.
Whoa.
Oh, he's losing so much
Oh,
time.
that's it, Valtteri.
Massive
Go on,
L.
porridge boy. Hold it down.
You make that big, plump, juicy ass as wide as you can.
He's thinking about
As seen
round
on
the
Drive to
outside.
Survive.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Verstappen 10.7 second pit stop.
Yeah, true, actually. Oh, he got a 5-second penalty, didn't he?
True.
Oh, Valtteri's battling like this for his life. Go on,
Yeah.
son.
For literally no reason at all. Love
Yeah.
that from you, Valtteri.
I wish that was Verstappen and not Perez. I like
Lovely
Perez.
move around the outside, though. George is
Mercedes
pitting
have
now.
reacted. Yeah.
George is pitted.
3
You should be
second pit
fine.
stop. That'll do. Slow.
Is that Russell in first, yeah?
So now Hamilton net race lead. Aiden.
Wow.
There we go. I was waiting for one of them. It's good. Good fight.
Science is only just behind Perez, like just behind him.
Yeah.
On soft as well.
It's true.
Norris in the pit.
Yeah,
Lando in,
Perez
Bottas
lost out
in.
massively there.
Ocon in. Yeah, he did.
Oh, Russell, is he going to come out?
Who is that? Is that... it's Vettel. Okay.
Vettel.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Because that's a whole different entity if that's Stroll.
Could be a long
Target
night.
acquired. Let's go.
Could be a long night.
Lando's had his 5-second
Wow.
penalty, so...
That's big.
Yeah, he's now behind Ocon and Bottas. Peak.
Russell Pitt still PC.
Don't worry, it's a marathon. He'll be back up there. Don't worry about that. That's right. 8 seconds considering what was Verstappen's 10.7.
We all remember
Yeah.
what happened last time a driver said it's a marathon, not a sprint, Pete. Come on.
What did happen?
Baku, bro.
It was a Baku, bro.
So it was a slow stop as well, though. Yeah, we're left.
He
They
had
had
10.
all that time to prepare and then...
He had a 10.
Stupid.
Stinker.
It's like, you know when you spend too much time thinking about something
Yeah,
and then you
yeah,
kind of psych yourself out. That's probably what happened. Here we go. Lewis P1.
Wow. Who would have thought?
There's a long race to go.
Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought?
Not me.
It's looking good, though.
Look at the
for-
top
for
three, man.
Russell.
Vettel third as well. Like, you'd take that. Everyone would take that right now.
Yeah, like a safety car right now.
I was about to say, safety car right now will be phenomenal.
That would be mad.
All right, where's Latifi then? Oh,
Yeah, mate, Vettel, Albon P8. Look at him.
Look at him.
Look, he's here.
Look at him go.
Here, right here, everyone.
He's technically already pitted as well. Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh,
I've got to move. I've got to move now.
Yeah,
No,
he's there.
There we go.
Good.
There. Saying that. Listen, producer.
No, he's just pitted, has he? Yeah, he's in.
All right,
Fuck's sake, Alex, come on. He's got this, fine. Why are you pitting again? I thought you were going to do the one stop to the end.
I don't think he has the capacity.
They're just munching through the tyres.
I don't think
seemingly.
he's got the tools for that big man.
I think that's a racing incident.
Yeah,
really
I
do.
don't. If I'm saying it's not fully Verstappen's fault, then
Yeah, man. You're like,
Is that when you know, yeah?
yeah, that's
you're
when you know,
unhinged.
bro.
If the ultras aren't on side, then
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, Lewis lost his wheel cover.
his wheel cover.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Bro, the alloys are on show now, lads.
I think
My
it's like-
ride, Mercedes edition.
I think it's NK who make the rims, and they never get any exposure, but now they do.
Yeah, I like the rims. I don't want the wheel covers.
Yeah,
though.
man.
I like the. Like,
It's all about airflow.
get your rims.
It's all
that
about
actually
dirty
know.
air and all
Loves
that.
a good rim, doesn't he,
Loves a
Niran?
good rim.
Oh,
Get your rims
here he
out.
is again.
I'm with you both. I fucking hate the covers.
You can't follow that up
Vettel.
with "I'm with you, bro."
The timing was awful.
Pit lane incident involving Mick Schumacher noted.
What's he done?
Being mid.
Can
in
I
the
just
pit
say,
lane.
I love the whole idea of just noting something.
Yeah.
We're not looking at it. We're just jot that one down, Steve.
That happened, didn't it? Yeah.
We're noting.
Honestly, yeah. Flip it out.
It's interesting that like Albon's pitted twice, and he hasn't had an incident, and it's only lap 27 of 71.
Do you know what is it? He
See,
dumps
is Lewis losing a lot of time here because Sainz could get the undercut on him here, get back,
I am surprised actually that Lewis hasn't come in unless he's trying a different strategy.
unless he's waiting for a safety car and praying for one.
Honestly, I feel like now Mercedes just have to listen to their drivers. They've been so guilty this year of just like following, oh, this is what the simulation says, and just like listen to your drivers more. I hope that they're listening to Lewis, whatever he's saying. Because I think as well, like in this stage, you know, it's not the end of the world. Like they're probably not going to catch Ferrari in the constructors. Probably, it's still a big gap. It's
Yeah,
like
it
40
is.
points.
It is.
They do great, but just like I think you learn more by letting the drivers do their thing sometimes, and then almost it's like the drivers can make their own mistakes.
Yeah.
And then okay, maybe I should listen to the team in these instances and not in others.
Especially right now, it's a glorious opportunity for them. You know, Mercedes won 2, Ferrari, only one of them's in the top, 14?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you could do something with it.
Mate, isn't Interlagos such a sick track?
I love it.
We just get so many overtakes as well throughout the field.
Yeah, it's genuinely great for overtaking. This is Valtteri Bottas going past.
VB,
Gasly.
baby.
That's like actual on-track position as well.
Tell you
Yeah.
what,
Like, that's not like an out-of-sync overtake. Like,
good on him.
Bottas is like net 5th.
Yeah. Mate, you're doing a
Come on,
banging
Valtteri.
job. Alfa Romeo need it as well because they haven't scored points. They've scored like 2 points in the last like 11 races, I think.
Imagine.
What's crazy at the start of the season, like Haas and Alfa Romeo were right up there.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, they're back on it this year. Now they're just right at the back again.
Yeah, falling off.
You do wonder how much of it is upgrades that didn't work versus just not upgrading and consolidating for next year as well.
That's a good point. Also, as well, Ferrari's engines in general, when Ferrari's form started dipping, Haas dipped, as well as the Alfa Romeo dipped. So I just wonder if there's an engine issue rather than anything else. Like the upgrades, I think you're right. There are upgrades that did not work where they're supposed to, but I do think that the engine was the main concern.
But then again, like Haas, I think Gunter's said that they haven't really, they've had like one major upgrade package this year, and then they've just kept the car, learn as much as you can about the car that you've got, and then bring more upgrades next
Go
year.
again.
Because they've got the MoneyGram sponsorship now, so they'll be at the cost cap as well. So fair play to them.
Lewis is questioning rain coming because the dark clouds.
Well,
Go on, give us some.
He's like, I know my city.
A
Yeah.
little bit of spice added in there.
The radar said no, apparently, by the way.
yeah,
Just to-
radar said no,
which is sad, but
computer says no.
computer says no.
But-
I say yes, however. So.
Listen, that's what I mean. Listen to you drive, especially around like track like Interlagos. It's such a small track as well. But then I suppose you do still get. We saw that on Friday. Wet on some parts, dry on others.
Yes.
It does give like go-kart vibes, the
Yeah.
whole track. Like it's very like windy and twisty and
Did I see Sofster getting ready for Hamilton?
I have,
I saw red.
I think it might have just been the
Just
Velcro or
covers.
something on the covers.
underneath
yeah,
the medium.
I wanna-
that is confusing, though, isn't
No,
it?
I
That's the case.
genuinely thought that. I might be way off.
I do
but-
want to like get in those tire blankets. They look so like warm, don't they?
Yeah, imagine like camping with one of them.
That is
But
a
instead of
medium
sleeping bag.
compound for
festival.
Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, it's me.
How clammy with that. And here he comes in.
Right, Lewis in.
He's lost like a lot of time to George staying out that long. So
He has.
hopefully it pays off for
Right.
them.
Oh, it's not the quickest, not the slowest, but not the quickest.
I feel like there was an
3.3.
element of him maybe seeing if there was going to be a safety car and just like trying
I
his luck.
think Sainz might have him here. Yeah, he's had him.
Interesting. I mean, Lewis is definitely going to the end, isn't he? He has to be.
True.
put the medium on.
Whereas everyone else is not. Like Science is not going to the end, for example.
What, you've done 30 laps on the soft. There's 41 to go. The car's going to get lighter.
Medium will be fine.
He's got to be going one stop to the end. I mean, I like that Mercedes have seemingly split the strategy because I feel like George is definitely going to come in again.
There's a lot of split strategies here. I'm not going to lie.
But again, like if you're in that position, I think it's worth splitting it. That's what they should have done. Like in Mexico, I think they should have split the strategies. Lewis said that afterwards, didn't he?
When you've got two cars up there and only one of your opponents.
Pit lane
Do you know what I
incident involving Alfa Romeo team will be investigated after the race. We don't usually see that.
I was going to say, I've never seen an entire team under investigation.
Not the drivers.
Every single man in that garage is in the courtroom. Right, lads, come on.
guy who does HR's like, how have I been brought into this?
Yeah.
Every man, woman, every bit of equipment, it's all under investigation for fraudulence. Naughty. Right.
Just heard Crofty say the last lap. Thank you very much.
Oh, big up Crofty, man.
Appreciate that one,
He
mate.
knows.
Tune in. Thank you very much.
So you get me on the show and Crofty starts watching. That's what's happening.
This is good SEO, all right? This is good SEO for us. Here we go. Replay of who's this? This is Max, isn't it? With his shiny gold lid up the inside of Alex. Was that Alex's? I thought that was Latifi's helmet. I don't know. Crofty's probably right. Oh, or is he? He's often wrong.
No, you're brave to wear orange in Sao Paulo. I'm just saying. The love that they've got for Lewis and you want to rock up with your Red Bull, you are brave.
I feel like, honestly, you can just rock up in orange Verstappen gear anywhere. And
You think so?
There's enough of them for they'll be all right.
There's a lot.
Like again, I know there's been a few like incidents this year with like fan behaviour and all that, but I think like broadly speaking, F1 fans are very like tolerant and very like there's a bit of banter there. Like there's nothing quite like going to an away like football match.
Yeah.
Like,
Millwall away. Oh, that's what now you're talking.
Never been to a single foot match in my life. I have no
There's
idea.
no football clubs in Cornwall.
There isn't. There's not a single like league team in Cornwall. There's Plymouth, which is obviously in Devon, and that's like the closest thing we get.
that's a video for you, mate. Go to Zandvoort in full kit Mercedes.
Yeah.
Like socks.
All right, we're gonna need a good
Laptop
brand deal on that
bag.
for my like hospital fees afterwards or something.
It's fine. There's Black Friday sales at the minute. Right, let's have
Wow. Can I just say, these are our predictions as they stand right now. Pete is the only man
With
anything correct. And it's one thing. It just happens to be Science in third.
with any shadow.
Tommo, let's run through yours. Obviously, Max winning is not likely here.
Hey, listen.
Never
can't
rule
write
it
the
out.
man off.
Never
rule it out.
rule him out. Never rule him out.
Look, he won from P14 in Spa. He's P16 now.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Those
not
two
wrong.
things are facts in independence of one another, maybe, but they are still facts.
We have got
yeah.
more than half a race to go as well, which
Well, look,
feels
no,
weird.
Do you remember when we had Blake on? And he had nothing right, and then like 5 laps from the end, it all flipped, and then he got every single one correct. So it's a marathon, not a sprint.
That was a great
It is
episode.
indeed.
There you go.
5 seconds now, George has got over Sergio Perez, by the way. That pit stop period really helped him out.
Yeah. Norris P10. What are we thinking, Pete?
It's a point.
It is a point. I mean, that
all I
5
can say.
seconds did hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But long term, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right.
Yeah,
Alonso's out
P5.
of position as well, by
Oh,
the
is
way.
he?
I
Right.
don't think
I
he's
wasn't
pitted
sure.
the same amount as
It's going
everyone
to be
else.
okay. Don't worry.
Apparently-
It's going to be okay. McLaren people, my papaya people will be fine.
Papaya people, you know.
Lewis should
Five
be
people.
in striking distance of Carlos Sainz in 3 laps, according to AWS, which that means it will probably be 7. Because they're usually wrong.
Striking distance.
That to me, like
That's clarting distance,
There's-
mate. That's really within clarting distance in 3 laps.
there's some
And
good.
you swing an arm out the cockpit and just...
Yeah, they always get that wrong, don't they? The striking
Mate,
distance.
it's such a
funny.
dumb graphic. I don't.
It is
believe
because it assumes that everyone's lap is going to be the exact same
what I
forevermore.
mean.
I think.
Just, bro, sort it out.
There's been some good.
I will, mate. I will.
There's been some good new graphics, but I don't back the AWS ones. I really don't. Russell's saying he's quite happy with his tyres as well.
Stroll versus Sonoda. This is about
we
to be
go.
explosive.
Here we go.
Just let him pass, Yuki.
Yeah,
Come on.
it is. There we go. Easy.
Just carry on with your races.
Stroll through. Verstappen's arrived on the scene.
Oh, God.
Question: is Yuki under pressure next season? With
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, pressure
next
for
season's
sure,
make
man.
or break for Yuki Tsunoda.
He's,
I think.
he's got to take it to De Vries. He's got to.
To be honest, I think
slap him up.
he has to beat De Vries.
Yeah.
Or like very level. If he's getting beaten by like more than 20 points or something like that in
Yeah.
that AlphaTauri, but it's done. And I love Yuki.
Yeah.
And that's no discredit to De Vries.
No,
but
not at all,
As
not at
much
all.
as, yes, he's got experience in other categories, like this is Formula One, it is a new category.
Yep.
Yuki will be on his 3rd season.
Yeah, that's mad. His third season. I can't believe that. That's happened
It's
already.
just that same thing with Red Bull of like, I guess they've got that Hajar guy that's just come through F3 now, right?
Yes.
But
I think
And they just signed Enzo Fittipaldi.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
was a bit out of like nowhere, wasn't it?
was a bit out of
'Cause
the
they
blue.
were sort
Fair
of
enough.
after all these years of having so much like talent, they've sort of been a bit
they've kind of
dry of it
bottled-
recently,
well,
haven't they?
they've got a lot of them, but they're just
You
they're
know,
not
they
really.
either say things they shouldn't say, or they're just a bit not blowing the world away, are they?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Well, there was a lot of anticipation for Dennis Hauger, and he won F3 last year, but this year in F2 he's not really. I think he's won a couple of races, but he's been quite inconsistent.
Because Vips was like looking like the next bloke to get in there, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
and then
But
he keeps bottling it on track and then bottled it off track as well.
Yes, exactly, in every sense.
Fair play to you lot. You lot watch a lot of racing. How you lot keep up with F2 and 3? Fair play to
I
you.
would love to say I've watched F3 this season,
That's a grind.
but I haven't. Just because it's always on at like 6 in the morning.
And Ada, you keep up with Formula E, right?
I mean, I try, but it's just, I don't know, they just find it so hard to watch. Even though you can like get up easy, it just doesn't feel as like the top tier of motorsport should. I don't know. I enjoy it. It's good racing. It's
Plus,
like
they
good crack,
fired you
but-
off as well. So.
Yeah, they parred me off, so
Would love that.
can't believe it. Cheers, sun's crying now. Gone more red now.
Apparently, helicopter, a few raindrops. Unless the pilot is just, opened up a beer or something,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
I mean, I hope not. If he's flying the plane.
Oh, there's a
Bloody
safety
hell, mate.
car, lads. The helicopter's crashed on the main straight.
God,
Oh, and
Don't drink and
Latifi's it
fly,
into him.
alright.
That's got conspiracy written all
I'm not
over it.
endorsing that in any way, shape, or form, I assure you. How's that gap Hamilton science 2.6? It's
coming down a bit.
Not as quickly as
Slowly but
AWS predicted, funnily enough. Fancy that, eh?
Oh, Leclerc on Mick Schumacher. How's Mick Schumacher now 13th? That's where he was like 6th at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
The midfield of this race just makes
feel
no
like-
sense at all.
Surely Leclerc and Verstappen have some kind of damage because they typically would, especially around a track like Interlagos where it's fairly easy to overtake. You'd expect them to be moving through the field much quicker than they
Yeah, just emotional damage, I think.
Maybe. Maybe.
But
Maybe.
psychological advantages, they say.
Maybe.
Battle for ninth. Come on, Lando.
And Latifi's
real battle
38
of ninja.
seconds behind Alex Albon. How the hell does... What?
Oh,
What?
Lord.
They've both pitted twice, haven't they?
He's checked out. Exactly. He's fully gone like, right, lads, I'm on holiday. I'm going to Brazil. I'm going carnival.
This is it.
38
That's it.
seconds.
That is ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, Latifi watches back on, lads. We need to keep updated with this.
No.
That's halfway through the race.
Just
as well.
taking in the scenery, just, last
No,
time
for
in
real,
Interlagos.
like, what is going on with Latifi? This is wild.
Yeah, man. That's
He does love his Nutella, though, doesn't he? He loves his
I don't think
Nutella.
that's enough to keep him in the sport much longer. Unless don't even see that sponsor on the car. Who's in the pit? Alonso in the pit?
Alonso's in. That was Pierre Gasly
was
just coming
Pierre
in as
Gasly.
well ahead of Lando.
Oh,
Stinker.
no, stinker.
Didn't look very good.
Absolute
Yeah.
stink.
Oh,
That's what we like.
Look at the smile.
Oh, even better. Who
And
is
almost
that
released
to be
into
fair,
traffic.
that was needed. Otherwise, he's hitting gas.
Alonso is so done with this team. You just know,
Get the man his
what's
deck
going through
chair.
his
He
head.
is done.
He's so done.
The
with
next
this
pit
team.
stop, he's getting out and running down to Aston Martin and getting in their car.
I feel like Alpine are the Ferrari of the upper midfield.
Yeah, 1,000%.
They are.
1,000%.
There's a similar, that they just have the similar vibe.
Gene. That
Yeah.
gene is there.
The gene, yeah, exactly,
gene.
exactly. It's part of the DNA. I don't know, man.
Is this
Science
science park?
now.
Yeah, there we go. Let's have a look.
Carlos Sainz pits. Let's see.
How many times has this man been in the pits so far?
No, honestly.
This is a third pit stop, right?
It's
Is it?
crazy.
Oh, I'm getting confused. No, he pitted because he was on fire, was he not? Like he had the
Yeah.
No, it's the
visor
second. It's the
stuck.
second. Sorry, I'm being.
He was-
Oh yeah, he did it soft, didn't he?
He went
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah,
soft.
right, yeah.
No, he went medium. He started on mediums. They just didn't go very far.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I
yeah,
don't
just
know.
early stop on mediums.
I'll tell you what, let's go
I did
medium
like
again.
19 laps on the mediums. Mad.
Yeah.
We go again with medium.
Yeah, no, that is confirmed. Latifi
did he-
has done
yeah,
the same
did
number
he
of
have
pit
to-
stops as Albon.
Yeah. Mad.
Damn.
Sorry. Did he have to pit because of the tear off signs? Maybe it was
Yeah.
actually a tyre thing. It was
Oh,
just-
cool.
He
Could
just
be.
came in just because of that.
Could be. I mean, his paces looked
That didn't
okay.
Yeah. Because that was weird.
But again, the Ferrari's not really making any kind of impetus on like relative to the Mercedes, which again,
It's a
three-car
worry.
championship next year.
It's a worry, isn't it? It's a worry. Because Ferrari could just fall off next year, though. There might not be a 3-team championship.
I mean, that would be mad. Imagine
we
the
go.
scenes. Here we go.
Ooh, Alonso around the
Alonso-
outside of Albono.
Albon keeps getting overtaken around that corner. I mean, he's probably got, after Lewis they came together. He's probably a bit nervous
Triggered.
around that.
PTSD.
Triggered.
Sector
Yeah.
2, yeah.
All that trauma.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Although, to be fair, Alex was very much like, I did leave the door open, which he kind of did. So,
Our man Kumar
invited it.
saying Max is getting a podium here. Do we think that is possible, lads?
Let's see where
It
is
wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
We could slap a poll up
I'm
for
just
that,
not
actually,
seeing
to be
enough
honest
of a
with you.
pace
Do you
delta.
reckon that's actually
Nah.
possible?
I don't think so.
nah.
I don't think it is.
He's not got
I think,
enough pace relative. No,
I think it would need, I think it would need a retirement, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't predict it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
Like
anyone's
what
going to
it
do it, it's
Yeah.
probably Max. Plan B, Perez. Ain't no Plan B for a while.
Good album, though.
Yeah, good.
Defamation.
I was going to make some sort of joke about Plan B, but I couldn't. I'm too young to know any of their songs, to be honest with you. So I was like, oh yeah.
There, it's one person.
Is it? It's Plan B is one bloke.
Yeah,
One,
he's a
one
geezer.
bloke, one rapper.
He is the man.
I said I love you, baby. Banger. Tune after tune.
Guess music was just his
Sean.
plan B because he's kind of disappeared.
Ayo.
Savage. He might be watching there, and don't.
Nah, mate, if he is, that'd be great. I love that album. I swear now. Right.
He's on the show next week.
Vettel's still sitting P6. Ocon P7 as well, actually.
What's
That's
P5?
great damage limitation from Ocon so far, all things considered.
Yeah, to say he was on fire yesterday. He was on fire today,
quite
but in a
literally.
different sense.
No.
Pete's like, no, he's not.
No.
No, Lando better.
Listen, Lando's going to just do a Sergio Perez and just whisper with those tyres.
Well, the fact that he's almost 6 seconds behind Ocon now shows that
Allow it.
5-second penalty,
Yeah, it did hurt a bit, but
that McLaren, I just don't think is quick here.
let's see how old those tyres are on Ocon. That's all I can try and...
He can't. He's driving. He
I was
can't
going to
take
say,
a picture.
yeah, a sign there for Lewis, take a pic with me in the crowd. I think he's a little bit distracted, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You imagine he just sees them, he just jumps out. One sec, love.
It's like when Stroll got asked, what did Fernando make of the crash in Austin? He was like, he's still in the car.
I don't know.
Oh, God damn. Got on his
we spoke
radio.
to
That was
No,
funny.
he's
I'm not going to lie.
Came on
That was a funny
Discord.
comment.
But you can tell they didn't go in.
Oh,
they definitely didn't go too hard in on each other because they're going to be teammates next year.
Yeah,
Come on now. Come on.
It's a recipe for disaster. Alonso Stroll and Lawrence Stroll. Holy smokes. I can't wait.
Wait,
I'm excited.
they need
Wait,
an all or nothing Arsenal documentary.
Oh, yeah,
They
they
need
do.
behind the
They do.
scenes.
Yeah.
We'll
Ferrari
put it
too.
past them doing it, actually.
Yeah, Formula One, all or nothing. It's just where it was pending.
Isn't that just Drive to Survive, though, no?
No, because it's too.
No, but
like,
one
it's too,
team
Yeah,
just
one
focus on
team
one team.
behind the scenes, the whole season.
New factory as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would be silly to not do that, I think.
I'll tell you what needs to happen. So, have you lot watched the FIFA documentary on
No,
Netflix?
I haven't watched
No,
that
you
yet.
need to.
Guys,
the corruption one.
It is phenomenal. I'm on episode 4, final episode, but I've just thought the FIA have to be investigated and they need to be put on this. If there's a FIA friggin' uncovered on Netflix, it'll be unbelievable scenes.
Listen, that's it. And like the FIA got a reputation. Go back to the Mosley days. And all
Well, yeah,
that.
we
Like,
could go back.
There's receipts. You know what I
There
mean?
is receipts. This FIFA one, they go back to like the 70s. So there's receipts for days. And the FIA are primed for this.
Dodgy stuff.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. Albon, watch P15. Come on, Alex.
Latifi watch. Next question. Next question.
For real, bro. Like 27 seconds behind Joe. What happened to Gwen?
Who has done an extra pit stop, I'm pretty sure, yeah. What, Gasly's down in 15th now.
We like that. Let's keep it.
Honestly, bemused.
Oh, this is looking very good for George, isn't it?
Tell you
41
what,
8
laps gone.
seconds clear.
It is.
Hamilton 2.5 off of Perez. And track temperature is dropping though, so that can mess with your tyre preservation.
That could flop things, couldn't it?
Yeah, it can definitely, mate.
How does that affect things for the viewers that aren't technologically advanced?
Yes, give us the
Entire
technical.
compound.
The spot I've been put on.
Sorry, mate.
No, obviously managing temperatures throughout the race is important. It means the tyre doesn't tear apart. It means you keep it in that optimum. I can't say optimum. Optimum operating window. There you go.
look at
Boom.
Cool. AWS hire this man.
Listen, optimum operating window. So obviously, if you expect the temperatures to be in one place and they're in a different place, then
It's
You're
all
in the
about
mud.
sweet spots, isn't it? It's all about.
we've been saying it all season about the Mercedes have been struggling to get temperature into the tyre, and then other cars are getting too much temperature into the tyre too quickly, and then they fall off. But this is why it's good for. This is why the Mercedes is a good race car, because it takes a long time to get the tyres once they are up to temperature, which is why it's so important for Russell and Hamilton to get a good start. Then they can just look 8 seconds now, Perez to Russell. That's
And Lewis closing that gap to Perez.
That's legit,
I feel
man.
like this race could do with a little safety car and a couple of laps just to really spice it up and then that could make it a banger.
Yeah.
Where there's a Stroll or a Latifi, there's a wait. There is.
It's been a strong race so far, but yeah, the safety car would kind of bring the pack together.
Because that 40 seconds is outrageous. Interval 40 seconds behind the guy who's in the pits. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, safety car, the TV's back in it, really. He's fighting for the win.
Yeah, he's here, yeah.
Georgia thinking soft for the last stint.
Mercedes think George doesn't want the soft. Interesting. Doesn't want the soft. He wants the medium.
Fair enough, mate. Fair
So
enough.
they will be swapping tyres for George.
He doesn't want the soft.
Yeah, I guess
forgot Lewis might be trying to hang out
temperatures are different
longer.
though and all that.
So if the temperature drops, it means it's better to go on a harder compound. Is that the case?
I guess so. Maybe for the Mercedes car. Again, it varies depending on the car, doesn't it?
Yeah,
But,
it really does.
For
Yeah.
the sake of Tommo's reputation, let's say that yes, and he was correct when he said that.
Exactly. Thank you, Aidan.
Alonso's gone past his future teammate Stroll, and they haven't had a collision. Good start.
It's a Christmas miracle. Right, we've got a little bit of lull in the race. Should we do the quiz, boys? We've got a little quiz prepared.
Oh, yeah, mate.
That
Come
we
on.
we like to go through during the race whenever there's a bit of a calm period. So shall we get question 1 up? From the inaugural Brazilian Grand Prix in 1973, South American drivers won 5 of the first 6 races. Who interrupted that run? I like this question. This is a question after this.
Question that is.
Oh, 73. Okay, so
Do we have? Is this multiple choice, or do we have to just go
should we all work together?
rip?
That's what.
I was going to say, only you were born at this point, so, it's
I
hard.
was waiting. You're
That's
so
interesting. Who's the oldest here?
predictable, mate.
I thought I was the oldest here.
Wait, what you born?
90.
Oh, you're older than me.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. See, look, actually, give him
2000,
give him
bro.
a slap. all right?
2000.
Yeah, New Year's
So-
Eve 2000, bro.
Oh my god.
Fittipaldi was active during those years.
Yeah.
So,
Keke Rosberg.
but obviously, that's not helpful. Keke Rosberg.
Yeah, was he about?
It's a sh-
Was he late 70s?
I think that's a bit early for. I think Keke won in early 80s, wasn't it?
Alan Jones.
Australian, yeah.
He's not South American, I'll
true.
tell you that for facts.
Was Lauda racing that
Louder
early?
that era. I don't know. It gets muddy for me when you go that far
Lauder,
Seventies into
isn't
80s, I'll
Lauder
admit.
late 70s, is he not?
Louder is late
In his
70s.
prime,
that's
but when he
from
started-
73.
Yeah.
It gets
It's from
messy.
73.
Anything
yeah.
like pre-2000,
I'm happy to guess Lauda. I
So
think
hang
we
on.
should
So
go
the first race was in 73. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go 6 years.
Yeah.
In the first 6.
Yeah, so
years, for
yeah,
example.
Lauder.
So
Nicky Lauda.
If it's Keke
Yeah.
Rosberg, I'm fighting you all. Just
Okay.
what other option is there? Who else have we missed out on? Is there anybody else? Is there any other? Is there any? Because someone's gonna. Do you remember we had this quiz before and somebody pulled out a name and it's like, for flip's sake, how did we forget him? We forgot him
I don't want to
completely.
interrupt, but Lewis is going for Sergio right now.
Oh my god.
He's going for it.
the quiz is more important.
Oh my god.
The quiz is more important.
Red Bull straight line speed is a little bit too much though for
Go on,
Lewis.
Lewis.
Oh,
He is.
yeah.
He's all over Sergio.
Someone get on his
Bloody
radio,
hell.
ask him if he knows the answer to the quiz.
Come on. Come on.
Phone a friend.
Lewis.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Hey, did we get it right?
The
It's Nicky
answer is
Lauda.
Nicky Lauda.
Oh, sensational
Have
stuff.
that, Niran.
I mean, what? No,
No,
I never said.
Tried
said
to
it.
vandalise.
Come on, Lewis, man.
Let's just let's put the quiz on pause just while this
Yeah,
battle
just for a second.
unfolds. Yeah.
The pace that Lewis has got, by the way, in the middle sector is ridiculous.
We'll
Like, he's
return
all over
to
the back
quiz. Yeah, mate.
Sure, he's going to have one this straight now. He's right on his
I
hole.
think he's got much fresher tyres.
Coming towards the final corner.
Doesn't want to run through him too much.
Tell you what, though,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That was an interesting line.
Sergio decided to not see the apex today.
Yeah, that was the car park route from
Implies he might be struggling or just made a mistake.
Mexican Minister of Defence here.
That's it.
Come
Might
on.
be in trouble.
Come on, Lewis. Sure, it
is
should
it.
be
It's
easy
got-
here.
It's got to be this.
Surely.
The
Chewed him.
Round
overspeed
the
for Lewis
outside.
Hamilton.
He's chewed him up.
Oh, wow. Nicely
It's a
done.
Mercedes
Get in there, Lewis.
1-2.
What year is it, boys?
Comfortable move from
10
Lewis Hamilton
seconds
there.
behind George now. Can he close it?
Could you actually imagine?
Make the seat. I will be off the walls, bro.
Let me tell you now.
Perez
So
is nowhere near either. Like, he's straight away just gapped him.
Wow.
What's he struggling on?
The crowd are going wild. They love it. Can't believe it. Does it count as like a win towards Brazilian F1 drivers if he wins this? Because I know he's not an actual citizen, but like, how would they?
Dual
they go-
nationality and that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. The first Brazilian to win
Maybe.
since Felipe Massa.
it.
Call it what it is.
That's it.
The first English Brazilian to win ever.
So I guess
But Tommo, why do Brazilians love him so much? Like,
oh,
the
God.
side, you know, he
Don't
took,
ask that question,
took the championship
Aidan.
away from the.
Definitely don't ask that question. Well, look, because Russell's definitely going to stop again. Hamilton Do we think he has to stop again?
I don't
Because he
know.
stopped with 30 laps to go, right?
That's what I mean.
I don't think he has to, but if he doesn't, it's going to be a case of if George does catch him, which he is likely to, it's like he's got nothing to defend with.
The problem is he going to catch 10 seconds?
Honestly, in this instance, it's
just
going to be a
pitting and then-
Mercedes 1-2. Just let the drivers just
Do what they want. Yeah,
do their thing. You know what I mean?
do their thing. Well, now that we've had Hamilton versus Perez out of the way, do you want to do
Yeah, should we
question two of the quiz?
return to the quiz?
Should we return?
Excuse me, I'm seeing Norris versus Verstappen. Let's be very, very clear. That's more important than anything else in the
I mean,
world.
Verstappen's just going to pass it, isn't he?
I joke. Leave him alone. Don't touch him. You're both orange, yeah?
Oh, here we go.
I think I know this
2010
one.
saw Nico Hülkenberg grab his first and only to date pole position. But where did the German finish the race?
Oh, it was that pole
isn't it
by
like
Williams, right?
Pretty
Four,
certain I
isn't
know
it?
this one
Isn't it fourth?
because I recently did a video about it. So I'm not going to involve myself because I'm pretty certain.
Oh,
I
you
the
know.
answer.
Okay.
Because I know
That
he
would be unfair.
didn't he collide with Lewis at turn. No, that was
That
the
was
other
2012.
one.
This is Williams Hulkenberg, yeah?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Williams. One and
Okay.
only Williams, Hulkenberg.
Okay.
Because I watched your video about it, and I know you said he still finished decently in that race, but I don't know again if that was 2012 you're talking about, so I don't know.
2012, he finished okay, but obviously, he
Yeah,
collided with
'cause he-
Hamilton, didn't he?
yeah.
I don't think he ended up on. Well,
My
obviously didn't end up
guess,
on the
my
podium.
stab, because it doesn't say the race, does it? It's not saying what race it was. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it was.
with-
It was
Interlagos.
It was this
Oh,
one.
sorry.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
this race. Right. P4 is my guess.
4 was my first thought, but I could be wrong.
I'm saying 5th because I want to be different again.
It was last lap, he was P3. Last lap, he finished P4. Is that correct?
Unfortunately, it was P8.
We're washed, boys.
Oh,
We're washed.
And so was he in that
So
race.
in
wasn't he?
2012,
Zero wheel knowledge.
I'm pretty certain it was 2012 he finished 5th.
Right, that's where I was
After
getting
the
that
collision.
number from.
Yeah, because then that race was red flag because Paul di Resta crashed.
Binned
and
it,
that
yeah.
complained and yeah.
Damn it.
All right, question 3.
enough.
Let's get it. Who has the most Brazilian Grand Prix victories?
Oh.
Straight up. Vettel and Hamilton have won a lot here.
What's Michael Schumacher?
You know what? I read
Oh,
that as the
hello.
most Brazilian drivers' victories. Okay.
Oh, hang on.
Nah, it's just being lapped.
Okay, there we go.
Senna was really unlucky at Brazil originally, wasn't he?
Yeah,
And
because
so
he did.
was Barrichello. Barrichello, obviously, I mean, he was never beat, but I just remember that being a thing. Like, he just always blew up from the
Yeah.
in Brazil.
I think it could be Lewis, no? Because I remember he says he loves the track and he's one of his most successful tracks, but I don't know if I'm just making that up. Because, every track he's won out a lot
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, but then I just feel like Schumacher.
Yeah, I was
think
going to
all
say,
them years.
I'm not confident with Lewis and Vettel. Vettel maybe, but I'm not confident with Lewis.
I feel like Vettel and Lewis won the same amount.
Yeah, I
I feel like
reckon
I've heard that.
a good
stat.
amount,
So
but
then
not-
there's
and then
someone else.
Schumacher that's above them.
I'm gonna say Schumacher.
I reckon it's probably Michael Schumacher, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
commit to
true.
Schumacher.
Yeah.
I feel like every time there was someone else who could win a Brazilian Grand Prix in his era, someone blew up like Montoya that time.
Alan Prost.
Alan Prost. Look at
Zero
it.
wheel knowledge on this table,
Oh,
boys.
man,
Zero.
negative wheel knowledge. We've got to actually
Fair
get one.
play.
Prost.
No, we got the louder one.
We got
right?
the louder one, we did.
Come
we did.
on.
I was there for that one.
And then question 4.
That question graphic. Phenomenal.
2016 was the year Max Verstappen really announced himself as a wet weather master, scything. Oh, I love the way this has been worded, production. Scything his way through the field in soaking conditions. But what else was memorable about that race? Oh, I mean,
That
There's a couple
question's
things,
worded
right?
like he's trying to hit a word count on an essay.
didn't Verstappen have that worldy save as well?
He did.
When
Yeah.
Was that race?
That was
Down
that
like the
race.
Was this
straight
also
That was 2016.
was that also the race where the Manor got points, right? Pascal Ver No,
No,
yeah,
that was
Pascal-
Monaco. Bianchi got points.
No, but Amana got points again.
Oh, yeah.
And then they went out of business the next year because Sauber also got points, like the next race or something.
Oh.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if it was
Lewis
Lewis
that,
is
to be
pitting.
honest.
into the pits.
Interesting, Lewis in, looking for an undercut.
This needs to be good.
Yeah, he might be just putting the trigger for George does.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Needs to be good.
Come on, don't mess it up, boys. Please don't mess it up.
Off we go.
They're
Right.
box Lewis, and Lewis is shouting, "My tyres are good."
So they're not listening to the drivers again.
Mercedes.
Oh dear.
Listen
These-
to your damn drivers.
What are they doing?
Cheers, boys.
Oh man, Mercedes. Honestly, if they've caught this up again,
He wasn't actually gaining on George though. Like as
No,
much
no,
as
no,
he said
no.
his
I know.
tyres were.
Well, it
But
should be a
I think the
Mercedes
split
one.
strategy might have been his better option because George's just going to pit again now, and surely it should just equal
That's
out.
it
Yeah.
now for the race.
Honestly,
yeah.
if
But if they left
Sainz
him
wins
out-
this race, because he's already pitted, so if Sainz wins this race and he stays going long, this is going to be a howler.
This is what I mean.
I think
This is gonna be a
I think
howler.
George will just about come out ahead of Sainz.
Should we,
even
should we
Perez.
get the answer to the question, boys?
All right.
It was the longest ever Brazilian Grand Prix.
Really?
it was bare rain, wasn't there? And it got red flagged like
Bare
7
long race.
times. Bare long.
It was.
Indeed.
It was
That's
a bare
that statistical
long race.
speak there.
That's what Crofty says when he starts that little walk.
yeah.
In 2016, we saw a race here that was bare long.
This is why they don't let me anywhere near the comms.
Question
I don't want him to mess with his pit stop.
And George
but
Russell was in.
a little bit slow, so we can have a bit of a fun.
No.
No.
Well, that's going to be...
Well, congratulations, George Russell.
That is pretty much going to wrap up the race in terms of...
Unless the
it
undercut is
ridiculous
absolutely monumental, but no chance. Sure.
Yeah, I guess
I need to know
if
what
you're in
Sainz is
Lewis's
doing.
position, right? You know George has stopped before you for the mediums. Are you trying to make the medium last to the end? If you feel like because Lewis was happy, it's still 21 laps to go, but they are short laps.
I feel
Look,
like that
Lewis
been-
is saying why.
That was his only.
Lewis is
His best
like,
shot of winning the race was staying out then. Because if they're doing this now, like Lewis is not going to close that gap on him unless it happens to George realistically. So staying out was probably his best bet of actually trying to get a win. Because George probably would have still, could have closed that gap and won anyway. But at least he would have had a bit more of a chance now, where he's got to overtake Sainz and then gain 6 seconds.
But maybe the soft tyre is still the best tyre, though, even in these conditions. And so if you look at people like Bottas, Leclerc, maybe they've been monitoring those times, seeing, how good is the medium and how good is the soft.
Theoretically, he should just drive up to the back of Sainz and overtake him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What's the gap to Sainz? Is it 1 point? Is it 6?
6 seconds.
yeah,
So.
but it's come down already.
And Sainz to Russell is what's important as well.
Question 5.
Indeed.
5 Brazilian drivers have won their home race, but who is the only one to have won just one? So, of all the Brazilian drivers who've won, who's only won in the Brazilian Grand Prix once?
Is it Massa?
So what are, So
Because that was
Massa,
08.
You got Massa.
Masses.
I don't think he won it in 07.
That's a shout, yeah.
Because 08 he won it. I don't think he won it in 07, and then he was washed ever since like 09 onwards.
And he wasn't winning stuff before that either.
No.
Really.
So I think it could, because he won Turkey 07, didn't he? That was his first race win.
Yeah.
And I don't think he won Brazil that year. I don't know who won, but I don't think it was him.
Fittipaldi definitely won it multiple times. Senna, I'm
it Raikkonen
sure,
in
won it
07?
multiple times.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it could have been one of the McLarens in 07 that won it. I can't
PK
remember.
would have won it multiple times, probably.
Yeah, I reckon it's Massa. It's probably Felipe Massa, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go Felipe Massa. Carlos, I think Carlos Pache. I think it's pronounced. I think it's spelled
Pache.
Pace, but I think it's pronounced Pache.
So how many
Good try there.
Did Master win it in 07 then? He must
He
have
must have
done.
done.
Or
there you
06
go.
maybe? Because Ferrari
maybe,
were
yeah.
he was okay.
No, I thought his first win was, it might have been Turkey 06.
I think it was Turkey 06 for his first win. Maybe he won
right.
it in 2006 as
Charles
well.
Leclerc
I mean, I was
overtakes
5 years old
Seb.
in 06, so.
That's so weird.
What do you mean you were 5? Like, what do you
He
mean?
was quite literally 5
Quite literally 5 years of age.
on the dot.
Oh, look, Latifi's closed that gap to Albon to 20 seconds.
Look at you. Anything for an Albon shot.
He's still in the same postcode as things stand.
Come on, Nicky. You can do it.
Charles Leclerc going
Who's he
past
overtaken?
Sebastian Vettel.
Indeed. Not
Sebastian.
quite as keen on Charles' lid for this race, actually. I don't think his design works quite as well as Lewis's is great.
Yeah,
Alex's is great,
Yeah.
obviously. Charles, not so much.
Wait,
Oh, it's Roberto
man
Carlos.
like
Roberto Carlos.
Was he steward? Is he a marshal?
Yeah,
No.
fair enough, mate.
Banana kick.
Yes,
I was about to say he's ready to slap one from 30 yards.
That was the great. I think that's the greatest goal of all time.
It makes
Which
no
one?
sense.
That banana kick with the
96
outside of his foot.
The 97, I think it was, against France.
That I love that.
Yeah,
goal
he
forever.
kicks balls good, that line. Yeah.
Balls.
all of the balls,
What is
all
that,
of
the
the
best
time.
free kick, did you say?
Oh, I reckon that's the.
Nah, Beckham against
Oh,
Greece.
no.
No.
Beckham. No.
Norris has
no.
That
stopped.
chicken wing steering wheel was snapped on him.
Norris has stopped. Peter is in the mud.
This is a howler.
Oh, look at the set design.
Lost
The
power,
thing's
lost
gone
power.
yellow, bro.
Lando Norris has no power.
I'm smelling a safety car here, you know?
You know what? I might be smelling
I've got
one as
no
well,
sense of
actually.
smell, but I
Just
can
keep that
smell a
car-
safety
So that
car.
says a lot.
Strong.
If he
Keep
can
that
smell
car
it.
there. Keep
Listen.
That. Oh, man. Got it.
Ferrari, why are you pitting for this? Ah, yeah, because you get.
Albon stopped
Yeah,
3
I mean, it's
times.
going to be at
as
least
well.
a virtual, right?
At least the
Imagine.
VSC.
Yeah.
So they might as well.
I think it's full safety. I mean, the
Sure,
car's
it's got
too
because
close
he's
to the
parked in
track.
like the. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too close to the track.
Yeah.
Gutted. What happened?
It's not like a high speed part of the track, but he's like right next to the
Quite
edge of the
frankly, Lando, you can't park there, sir.
Hey, Leclerc's helmet is ripug. I must admit.
track. Lando, my boy.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Butters, bro.
Oh, Lando.
Oh yes.
I don't like the fact Lando's just
out?
climbing out of his car there.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not a spot you could easily run into, but it's still, if you spin out,
Still VSC.
Virtual. Oh, there we go.
Oh, whack a full one out. Come on, let George and
VSC.
Lewis have a little 1v1.
God, Bottas has basically stopped in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
Mate, Alonso P5, Bottas P3.
Alonso's going to
pitting
benefit from
again.
this massively.
Oh yes,
pit
come
now.
on. Let's have a screw up.
Have Alpine completely turned the turntables. You look at after yesterday, they're like
Oh, no.
modded.
Oh, wow. Yeah, true.
And now
You've
all of
jinxed
a
it by wearing,
sudden,
that, by wearing
out.
that McLaren t-shirt. You've now had 2 McLaren DNFs.
Yeah.
You've well and truly. This is why I did not
fucked
wear
it.
any Mercedes merch.
You
I
fucked
don't own any anyway, but if I did, I wouldn't wear any.
Oh my god.
The thing is, if they now bring out a full safety car, because they've done this before, where they put a VSC
Yeah,
and
then
then
it
they've
turns to
been
an
like,
actual
oh, actually, no, full safety car. Because like, what are they waiting for? Is a marshal going to run out and push it, or?
Yeah, it's a bit. Like I said, it's not one of the like a high-speed part of the track, so
But it's still
it's still
like
still,
you can
it sucks,
oversteer
innit?
there.
Yeah.
You can still like
It takes one person to spin out, and then
Literally.
run out of talent for a minute or two, and then
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, that's the
If
thing.
this does become a full safety car, it's going to be really interesting, actually, because science will obviously be right in the back of the motor.
Yeah, science pits.
Perez there.
Virtual, you lose your place, don't you? If you pit on a
Yeah, but you just lose
Oh, they're
less time.
scrubbed soft as well.
Yeah,
you just lose less time.
I think it's like 5 seconds less you lose. Something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Listen, I am praying in
we see it?
tongues for the Alpines to.
Science is going for
get
the
out
late. Oh, he falls behind Checo.
So
What's the
Lewis-
gap between Alpine and McLaren going into today?
I think it's 7.
I mean, how much they're picking up.
Honestly,
Oh, they're
7.
picking up 6 today, boy.
Wait there. Verstappen's behind both of them. So
How have Ocon and Alonso got back together again? They're 8
Okay,
and
that's
9.
what you're good.
How
You're
does
good.
that
You're
happen?
good.
I think I'm fine.
They'll crash into each other.
These men
Yeah.
are like
So let's see what happened to
magnetically
Lando.
attracted.
What's happened here? Poor Lando.
Let's listen to the engine.
Yeah. That is.
That doesn't sound good.
That I can confirm is no
I'll take your
power.
word for it, boys.
Yeah.
No power, baby.
Hard to imagine what it
Anti-stall.
sounded like. It's good.
Anti-stall.
Lando,
Classic Lando moment. That.
my boy.
I wonder,
It's broken.
like, was if there was anything previous that he noticed and was like, car doesn't feel great.
Yeah, it's chicken wing steering column.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's like that down the straight. That's probably part of it.
I mean, this is outrageous. You got 2 marshals on the track, literally.
It doesn't look that safe, does it?
It doesn't look safe
No.
at all.
Another sitting meme. Good. We love that. Standard
That's
procedure.
it.
Poor bro,
Cross
he's-
the legs.
You know, he was
Oh, look,
sick.
quadrant logos on the heels.
Yeah. Go. Gang, gang.
Oh, McLaren.
Oh, it's been a horrible day for us.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that's getting memed.
It's been a bad day.
There we go.
Safety
actual
car.
Full
Here
safety
we go.
car.
Okay.
Full safety car.
It's back on.
Full
Back on.
safety
Lewis
car.
Hamilton's going to win
Wait,
this
I
race,
just
boys. He's
realised
going to win this race.
he was sat next to Daniel Ricciardo's car, wasn't he?
Yes.
They've actually both ended up in the same place.
That is
I was going to say, I swear it was right behind.
Yeah,
That
his
is
car
very
hadn't
true.
pushed off yet, had it? Yeah. Mad.
Wow.
You got to wonder that decision to not just safety car straight away, because
Yeah.
you were always going to
Ferrari are
need
fuming.
personnel on track to push that car.
That's the thing. Yeah. What's changed in your mind?
or a
That's
tractor
the
or something.
Yeah. This is.
What it does do, though, is make things tasty.
It does.
Come on.
My spidey senses tell me it's going to get fucking tasty, baby. Can we see a George Russell Lewis Hamilton collision, do you reckon?
no.
No, I can see it happening.
I
I'm going
wouldn't
to
be
be
surprised.
livid. This chair's going flying.
Russell's got the fresher tyres as well, so he should have the advantage. But also, look,
Valtteri
there's
Bottas
lapped
wins.
cars. There's lapped cars between Russell and Hamilton.
Oh, well, we all know what that means.
They're going to let them pass, obviously.
Don't wonder
They're
that.
never not follow the system.
Oh, there's the meme again.
There's lapped cars between Russell and Hamilton. Well, look, there's 16 laps, so there's no rush for the old race
Sidle,
director.
I need an
Michael
explanation.
Massey is sweating at home, just getting flashbacks.
Just stirring his...
No, Mikey, no. To be fair, I got a hamster last week and I've called it Mikey for that exact reason, for the memes.
Well, because he says Michael, doesn't he? He doesn't
Yeah, I
say
was supposed to-
Michael.
Yeah,
Just
but
like
everyone
Mike,
thinks
Mike,
it's
yeah.
Mike. Yeah.
Michael.
Oh, Russell.
Ooh.
What's he saying?
Sensational, right. So he asked whether we are racing or getting the 1-2.
And they
As
said-
in, like, you know, should we be clever here? Or, you know,
So he's
take the
saying, boys, are
1-2,
you
or-
letting me win or am I blowing this man up?
To fair play, the team said you're racing. Just be respectful.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So, fair enough.
Toto seems to go with that vibe from
Yeah.
day one. So
Do you know the ending of Cars where Chick Hicks spins out the king? That's what I'm picturing.
cars. I ain't watched that in years.
Listen, that's...
All Cars 3 were like, oh, go, like flips a car over the
Yeah.
top and lands it.
It's like that NASCAR race where the guy just drove.
Yeah, bro. Big up Ross Chastain. What a man.
Legend.
Can't wait for after all of this, Tommo's fucking prediction to somehow.
Yeah, Verstappen just slides through. Cheers, man.
Max Verstappen wins.
If he find a way, right? He always finds a way.
This is ridiculous. It's been a good race, you know.
Yeah, it's been great.
Bloody hell,
listen,
can't believe it.
stuff.
What a-
I enjoyed this
the,
one.
The best race for me to be on because Mercedes are getting in the mixer.
Yeah, in the mixer.
Interlagos does not disappoint. And even though yesterday we got a lot of action,
This
and
whole
Friday,
weekend has been a very good advertisement for the sprint.
1,000%.
I was going to say, I think that's one thing, like maybe like a reservation people had even after yesterday was, we're going to lose some of the action from the Sunday because we had all of it on the Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, and the grid had filtered out. I mean, you know,
I think with the sprints, if they're going to do the sprints, they need to like be smart, putting it on tracks that like this. We know that there's easy overtaking,
Agreed.
and like it's a bit more of a chaotic track and not so
Imagine
much
a
just.
sprint in Monaco.
Well, I mean, they basically did that with Imola.
I was
like,
say, they
well,
basically
why?
had it in Imola.
It's a motorbike track in terms of width. Like, why are you?
I
why are you
appreciate
doing a
the
sprint
history,
there?
but
I still don't
Makes
understand
no
why we
sense.
have. Why do we have 2 Italian Grand Prix? What
you
is the
don't need
reason?
Imola.
Yeah, Imola was good as a placeholder, but it's just not
Yeah.
like necessary anymore.
It is feels though, isn't it? It's nostalgia. Like you've got to, you know, maybe not anymore, but
I swear Lewis's tyres are only like 2 laps old.
who's tired?
Yeah, no, he's chatting was because Perez pitted at a similar time.
In West, bro.
Science of tyres are used.
You
it's
are
fine.
waffling, sir, Lewis.
Let's have a look. Predictions. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
And just out of nowhere.
So things have changed. Tommo, you got two
okay,
positions
okay.
right, Lewis and Carlos. I am getting a big fat 0 unless Lewis and George switch around.
And Leclerc is only P6 as well. So
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, that's the point.
And
Yeah.
this is the race that's got to give. We've got to give respect to George Russell. I know people do think he's good,
100%.
But the people that are skeptical
he is
about him,
banged it.
you have to give him credit and say, do you
He's
know what?
managed this race
He's
so
held
well.
his own. He won the sprint race, and he's never looked troubled in this race. By the way, you know, so fair play to George.
No, couldn't agree
A
more.
lap comparison here between an F1 car and a family saloon
And a
at the
Fiat
moment.
500?
Yeah, the Fiat 500 is about a minute slower.
65.
A lap.
They need to
Cheers for
add
that,
like a
AWS.
Vauxhall Corsa driven by a 17-year-old going to pick up his year 9 girlfriend, taking to Mackey's. They'll be like right there between the safety car and the F1 car.
With you at the wheel, yeah.
1 minute 24.
VW Polo, mate, and she was year 10, so stop.
Excuse me.
Whoa!
Allegedly.
Anyway.
Hey, yo.
Yo, what?
I said these are not the views of the last.
I like the way as well, it's Alex Albon that's right behind George
Look at
Russell.
that.
Oh, hang on.
He's P2.
So where's the other lap car gone that was in between? It's literally Alex is the filling between George Russell and Lewis Hamilton right now.
God.
Don't say that. That's a bit
What?
crazy.
It's a perfectly
wild. That
fine
sounds mad.
analogy.
What, a safety car
a bit
restart
of a
with
weird
Lewis
dynamic.
starting behind Albon at Interlagos? This can only end well.
Yeah, Albon's like revenge.
Triggered, bro.
He's a dish
Triggered.
best served in a Williams. Bonk. No, I would like them to get Albon out of the way. To be honest.
No, they will. They're just, I think they're just
Will
waiting
they?
for the track to be
I hope they do.
clear.
Why though?
Why would they not get him out of the way, surely? Just
Move Alex.
Well, I mean, it helps Albon. He gets
Release
back on the leading
the
lap, doesn't it?
Albon.
It's funny how like your opinions on this thing changes when your driver you want to win's now in second and not first, actually. Because if it was the other way around, I'd be like, nah, keep him in there. It's only fair.
Yeah.
We're fair as fans.
Absolutely.
Norris didn't look. He's been sick all weekend as well.
Yeah,
hasn't
he's
he?
had
Bless him.
food poisoning on
So
Thursday, wasn't it?
This is why he's a
too
bad
well.
man. Look what he's done this weekend. Yeah, it was ill and all. And this is not the first time. I'm sure
No.
he's been sick before, and he's still.
he
pulled
needs
it out.
some vitamins in him.
Didn't he race with tonsillitis a couple of years ago? No?
Yep.
Needs some
Yeah,
vitamin.
no, for real, he needs to eat his veg. That's what's missing. That's,
Oh.
Science getting a bit racy.
Still,
Max is asking about the safety car, basically.
lap cars may now overtake Albon and Latifi.
I feel like the safety cars have taken a while today.
Yeah. Why was there so much?
I'm not going to lie. Like, they were halfway through pushing the car off the track when it came out. I don't know why we've been on these safety cars for like 4 laps now.
And I feel bad for Albon because he's going to be like, half a lap behind. They're going to go, all right,
that's
safety
what I
car's in this
mean.
lap. Probably be this lap that we'll get your safety car's in.
can you
You
imagine?
might as well just stayed there, honestly, for
Yeah.
company.
Look, just go really fast, Alex. Come on. Just go really quick.
Fast.
Well, it's a short lap, so he might somewhat catch up by the end.
And they will obviously bunch up a bit as well. Is Pierre Gasly all right? Okay, there we
No.
go.
He's on budge.
Here goes Lou.
Where is he actually?
Pierre Gasly! Latifi's making his way through. I think he's just
slowly but
accidentally
surely.
overtaken Tsunoda, but we keep it moving.
This is his penultimate
There's no
race.
rules, there's no rules.
Like,
No rules.
in Latifi's mind, it's just like he's overtaking for position.
Yeah.
Around Interlagos. Overtakes the safety
He's
car
like,
to win.
he's like us playing the F1 games, and I've overtaken Hamilton.
He's on the radio like, why is everyone going so slowly?
Oh my God, I'm so good. I'm so much quicker than everyone else.
You've seen this, boys. Get the contract back out. Come on. It's not too late.
Signed a contract.
Valtteri Bottas P5. I wonder if he'll be able to hold on.
He will lose out to Leclerc, I feel.
You've
think
got
he
to
will?
think so.
You think he will,
You've
yeah?
got to think so, surely. Ocon radio?
Because Leclerc ain't look that impressive today. Like anywhere on the grid. What's the SD?
Ocon being told that Fernando behind has a tyre advantage.
Oh.
And it's like, be clean.
Ocon's like, I've got a skill advantage. Leave me alone, boy.
And then, go on, Niran.
Oh, God, he just said, let me race, just like that, and then some other stuff that I wasn't paying attention to.
Esteban, I don't want you fighting with Fernando. Is that understood?
Give it to me.
He's
Give
saying
it
that
to
he needs,
me.
Inject it.
he's saying that he needs to focus on. Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
You got excited.
Yuki, bro. Yuki nearly ended
that?
someone.
Why is Yuki even still here, bruv? You can overtake people.
What's
going on?
Safety car's ending as well. So like, what?
What is happening?
Yuki,
I feel like I
unlap
need to hear
yourself,
Crofty right now. What's Crofty saying?
Yeah, Yuki's like, Yuki's but now, Yuki's nowhere.
Yuki just hasn't unlapped himself.
He
And he's
wasn't
not
that's what
trying
he's
to,
meant
right?
to
He
unlap
wasn't one of the
himself.
drivers that they showed. It was only 23 and 6 that they
They've
showed
done an
on the
Abu
graphic.
Dhabi, basically.
Have
again.
they forgotten that he's like a lap down?
They've done an Abu
I think
Dhabi.
they've
is
just
the vibe I'm
forgotten
getting.
about Tsunoda.
Oh, I didn't realize they only did 2 cars. I thought they were.
I'd just
got-
do it anyway. Are you mad? It's their fault. It's their problem.
Wowza.
Is that Yuki?
Is that you, yeah?
Is that you?
I don't even
that
know
Glock?
anymore. I mean, Gaz.
That's Tsunoda.
Cutting across the grass, take Lewis out of the end event.
Right.
Market's gone there. Yuki, we need
Here
you
we
to do
go.
this.
Safety car ending, people.
Come on, Lewis.
Let's look alive. So it's
good.
Russell,
Waited all season
Come on,
for
Hamilton,
this.
Perez,
My Max bias is back.
Science Bottas.
All season. We've been
Max is
waiting for this
P10
moment,
down
boys.
there.
Do not fucking crash.
Oh, Ocon and Alonso are
just
going to
need-
have an
I need
intergalactic
it.
accident. I know they are.
Oh, that's what I need. I need that right now.
No.
Interlagos
All the
accident.
prayers.
Oh, hello. Well, he burned my Lando back that one. Sam. Fucking hell, mate. Go on, Sam. He's not leaving anything on the track.
We'll get him on the pod.
He's a
one
man who
day.
likes risk, you know.
Yeah,
He loves the risk.
Doesn't take vaccines or nothing.
George is leaving it late. George is leaving. Green flag, safety car in.
Come
dear.
on, Lewis.
He got a
Don't
great
get caught
restart last
sleeping
time to
again.
George.
He is really
Lewis.
close to him here.
Lewis is very close
Oh
to
my
George. Yeah.
god.
He's doing a Kimmy.
Oh my god.
Unfazed.
He's gone. He's gone.
And George is gone.
He's gone.
Lewis has kept with him better
Perez
this
has had
time.
a stinker, so this is good.
Alex
Come on.
Tsunoda just
Oh,
crawling.
Tsunoda's just to get out of the
Come
way.
on,
Just
Lewis.
get out of the way, boy.
Leclerc's getting Bottas
Perez.
immediately.
Yeah.
Ay, ay,
Leclerc
ay.
gets Bottas. Ocon contact, I think.
Ocon on
with Aston
Vettel.
Martin.
Ocon's through.
But they're okay.
I'm stressed, boys. I'm really, really stressed.
Vettel's still ahead.
Oh,
According to the
go on,
graphics.
Carlos Sainz, mate.
Sainz going for Perez. Go on,
Ooh, Checo and Sainz close.
Like, Sainz on the soft. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Much fresher softs than the Mercedes boys. as
Bro,
well.
George is just leaving Lewis here. What did he have for breakfast this morning?
That's, if he's got slightly fresher tyres as well, George, so that should help him.
Yeah, by a lap, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Not by much, but
But it'll still help, yeah. Sainz is going to get Sergio like, all over the back of him,
Piece
innit? Pissy, I'm
And
not going to
Leclerc
lie.
as well.
Yeah, because if Sainz gets in and then starts pressuring Lewis, that could be.
Oh,
George's
that
favour.
teams are alongside each other.
Did you see it?
Oh,
Where they go
God.
again? Go on.
Alonso's
No.
ahead of Ocon.
Bit of revenge, lads. Come
Alonso's
on.
ahead of Ocon.
Go on,
Ocon.
Ocon.
Okay,
Viewing
go on,
right now.
okay. There was no colossal accident. so
No,
there's
No,
a
wait,
lot
Ocon
down.
into turn one at this track. He loves it, bro. Give him a second.
Come on, Ocon.
Oh, man. Vettel's on the,
pulling his gloves
Vettel's
up,
on the
he's
medium.
ready.
He's
Oh,
got no,
Vettel's an idiot. Well, not Vettel's an idiot, but Aston Martin are idiots.
he's got no. Oh, that's so annoying, man. Vettel's on the medium, so he can't. Perez is getting swallowed.
Sainz died for the late lunge.
But he's going to have a good run
was
here.
gonna say that's
what
Perez
a
run in.
Go
Oh,
Sergio said no.
He's backed out.
Jesus
Sergio
Christ,
with a
close.
big old squeeze on Carlos Sainz.
Russell's got that second gap near enough on Lewis now.
Alonso's sensing blood. He's going for Bottas.
He's going for what?
Oh, Lord. Alonso's a little bit of a
Oh,
big
yeah,
points
well.
here.
Oh,
Keep it clean.
Go on, Fernando.
That's the thing. Fernando's got
the
the place.
outside.
Well
Flipping
played.
heck, what a
Fair
move.
play.
What a recovery drive
What
from
a
Fernando
move.
Alonso.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
He's a
from
dog.
Fernando.
Six.
He did get
Bro.
lucky with the safety car.
Lewis
but,
has
like,
been
listen.
left. George is over a second ahead now. He's not even going to have DRS to worry about.
No.
What's
wow.
happened?
God, you sounded very West Country just then.
Right, my lover? Yeah, you, yeah. Go on, Lewis, boy. Send them home. Proper job, George. Go on, mate.
Yeah, it's still a bit of time, but yeah, George has done everything he has had to do at the minute.
Yeah,
Which is
he's had a
exactly what
flawless
Randall
race
said.
so far, hasn't he, really?
Yeah.
Can't knock it.
Amazingly, Alonso's got the oldest tyres. I don't understand this.
No, he's got fresh tyres.
No, Alonso got fresh
Oh,
ones.
they're lying, yeah?
That's position gain.
Oh, sorry.
He's gained 11.
He's got 11 lap-old tyres. man.
11.
George Russell absolutely zooming.
GR63 fastest lap.
Booyah.
That's what you
Flipping
need.
heck. Well, he's getting the full house at the moment.
Well, yeah, look, DRS is enabled now. It wasn't enabled, remember?
Yeah.
So it is now, and it's almost a second.
Yeah.
Come on, Lewis.
Lewis is close. Oh, this is going to be exciting.
A Verstappen Ocon situation. You like that?
This is obviously the big opportunity for Lewis to extend that record.
Yeah.
But actually, now we're here. I don't really care.
Also,
Is it?
Who
George
wins
for
it
his
between the
first
two of them?
win.
Because George has thoroughly
Yeah.
deserved it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a story either way, isn't it? George for his first ever F1 win.
yeah, that's it. Oh,
God, that got close between Ocon and
Plus-
Bottas. Jeez.
Yeah, plus you never know, but this is probably going to be their last chance to look at a win this season, you'd assume, for Mercedes.
Yeah.
So,
apparently science didn't get left the space.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you got
I hear
left the
that.
space, wasn't a lot of it.
I
though.
hear it.
I hear
Science
it.
break quite early.
Yeah, well, I think it was to get out of it. I think it was to avoid a
because he just
collision, really.
anticipated that Perez was just going to close
Yeah.
that door.
I mean, DRS though, surely Carlos Sainz is going to get Sergio
Lewis still just outside of a second.
here. Lunge it. Oh,
Oh, he's swerved him.
Oh, what a
Swerved
race
him.
this has been, lads.
It's been a phenomenal race.
Tell Carlos to put
telling,
Smackman.
yeah, Leclerc telling Carlos to push
I
a
mean,
bit.
I think he's trying his best.
I was going to say, yeah.
He's
Have
trying
you
his
seen the
best.
broadcast?
What do you think I'm
He's
doing?
going for it again. That was very close.
I was a bit late.
Round the
Checo
outside,
there.
and he's
Gets the
done
move
it.
done.
Well done, science.
Into P-Trash.
Good overtake there.
Science on the podium, lads.
Imagine that.
Go on,
Lewis is hovering around that 1 second.
Vamos. Mate, our prediction is going to be all over the place. I can't-
Honestly, mate. Yeah, no,
so much
it's a
move.
bit of a mad one, this. Yo, though, theoretically, we could still actually end up with a normal top six.
Yeah,
in a
Verstappen's
different
slowly
order.
been making his
Different
way
order.
up. He's not been, making the impact we thought he might have done, and we've seen other earlier times in the year, but he's still slowly getting up there.
I feel like
isn't
he's
he?
had some lasting damage because even
Must have
Leclerc's got through
see
the
it? Verstappen just out
double
DRS-ing.
overtake, by the way.
Like, Ocon's got DRS full open. He's just like, bye.
See ya.
He's just double over. Yeah, that was crazy.
That's mad.
Hey, look at Alonso, by the way.
Yeah.
Allow it, man.
Listen.
You're
it's
in the
8
mud.
to go.
Oh,
Allow
I don't want to be that guy. But
No,
You're finished. You're finished.
I am in the mud.
Leclerc inbound.
Mate, this
This
race
could be
is
easy.
panned out lovely. And
Ooh,
Red
yo, yo.
Bull.
He's trying to defend it.
Up the inside, Leclerc into
Not
P4.
much Checo. Could Red Bull have done anything different to get Checo on the softs? Because if he was on the
wanna-
softs, he's definitely battling this a lot harder.
What was
He's battling
plan
the
B?
Mercedes, isn't he?
I want to know what plan B was. When they said it plan B when he was in second comfortable, I want to know what the heck that
Fernando's
was.
even going to have a go now, look.
Yeah,
literally.
that Red
He'll
Bull
drop
was
out of
dusted.
DRS from Leclerc and he'll be a sitting duck to Alonso.
Fernando's got the bit between his teeth now.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
Definitely.
And that Perez, I don't know, Perez looks like he's dusted. Something's wrong.
Right, gap Russell Hamilton is 1.3. So George is keeping that gap just above a second. I do
It keeps
wonder how hard
fluctuating
this
between
is.
like 1.0 and then up to 1.3 again by the end of the lap. So I
Yeah.
think Lewis is having that mega middle sector he's been having all weekend, and then George is just getting away from him again.
Did you just describe that as mega?
Mega, mate. Absolutely mega.
Oh dear.
Mega, mega, mega.
Don't forget to unsubscribe to Mr. Aiden Rule.
That's like 20% of my subscribers gone.
Alonso half a second from
Yeah,
Perez.
Alonso's getting Perez here, I can't lie.
By the way, you keep behind Latifi.
Yeah, because he didn't unlap himself, did he?
So
He's
what?
just ended up at, he's now a lap behind everyone.
Whoa. Jesus.
Oh my God.
That got a bit sketchy.
Was that a bit late from Checo again?
Those need
Yeah,
to chill.
It was,
But it was borderline, 'cause he
Yeah,
wasn't
that's what I
alongside.
mean.
Bro, they've
so-
got like a combined age of 80. They need to relax.
Yeah.
Oh,
This has
Alonso's
gotta be
going
it, though,
again.
surely.
He's got to
Surely
get it
easy
this time.
this
Surely.
in a
done it.
bit. Alpine up
Wow.
into fifth. Mad.
Oh dear.
Wow.
This mud is getting
What
real.
a job.
Sergio
Fernando Alonso.
Perez.
Max
Stinker.
could beat him here,
Yeah,
Which-
easily, yeah.
That's going to hurt him mentally.
Oh dear.
Well, look, Alpine were right to tell Ocon not to hold up Alonso because look, Ocon's still P8. Alonso
I don't
P5.
think that was a choice that he agreed with.
Yeah.
They're right to tell him it.
I feel like that was guidance rather than.
They were quite stern with him on the radio, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
I guess
He was
Alonso.
like, I'm going to race.
Alonso's leaving, so he doesn't really matter to him.
Yeah, that's
Ocon's got to try and keep this kind of,
It's true.
there's a relationship that's ongoing. Here we go, predictions. Oh, okay.
Ooh, we're all on one
Interesting.
apiece. Love that.
Interesting.
See, I didn't even have Verstappen in my top 5. That's wild.
That's interesting, actually. Why did you not?
Because all weekend I just felt like the Red. Even when we was on the show last week, I said, "Look, I don't know about these Red Bulls. They're not going to be around for Interlagos." And
Here we go. Is
Honest.
Perez going to let
Perez
Verstappen
is-
pass?
yeah, look.
You might still be onto something, honestly.
this is the weirdest thing. You would have thought double Mercedes, double Ferrari. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Is
And then an
Perez-
Alpine, not even a
Yeah.
Red Bull yet.
Come on.
Mad.
Here we go. Max on Perez. Are they going to be handbags or are they going to get it done? We'll see.
I feel like a lot of this race has
all
actually
right.
been decided on that Q3 session, really. Because if Lewis
Yep.
had had a better Q3 and could have met with George,
Yep.
it could have been completely different. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it is mental how, like,
good point.
one lap at one point in the weekend has just decided that, the
Yeah.
whole sort of layout.
Yeah. But like George Russell has driven an immaculate race.
he's
today.
driven
Like, I can't even
phenomenal.
lie. Like, it's
Absolutely.
actually crazy.
He's had a brilliant race. Good weekend.
Yes, baby.
Alpine
Fernando
Garage.
Alonso.
There's a happy man.
Wise words. Imagine putting this one out there, downpour now for the last 5 laps. Boom.
Give it to me.
That's an hour of a My Team career mode
That
script.
is 1,000%. Yeah. Oh, gets the mods out.
Yeah.
But then just like that, the floodgates opened up and Jensen Button comes through.
Interesting. GP
that
just said,
shout.
go take some points off Alonso Leclerc, please. And he's making the move up the inside of
there we
Sergio
go.
Perez, and Perez lets him
Right,
pass.
next.
Which
Simple stuff. If you'd have told Sergio Perez 10 laps ago that he was going to finish 7th,
Max,
think he'd have
Max
had
has
an
got a
aneurysm.
big tire
Max
advantage
is
as well,
sixth
so-
here. Do you reckon he could get up to the podium, maybe? I would be very surprised if
Who
he
was it
could.
that tweeted it earlier? I mean, that would be quite.
No,
a
no
prediction.
chance.
he might get Alonso.
Yeah,
But
he
even
might
still,
get
Alonso's
Alonso.
pace is pretty good.
So is it purely just the medium versus the soft? Is what's the problem?
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah. Sergio's in the mud.
So
Pierre Gasly up the inside of Mick Schumacher.
I have no idea how
Little
either
cut
of these
back
lot
from
ended
Mick
up.
Schumacher.
Oh, wow. A lovely move.
Fair play, Mick.
Lovely move on the
a touch?
rebound.
Still.
I'm sure there was a touch, wasn't there?
There was, yeah.
That was
Some debris.
Oh,
flying.
I'll be honest,
There
how
was.
that didn't end in disaster, I don't know.
Yeah,
that was
it's a good shot.
millimeters.
Yeah.
Good little scrap that.
What car's going to creep out?
Unfortunately.
There he is.
How's Stroll in 10th? That was
She's the
How is
goat.
Vettel 11th?
Well, medium tire
mediums again, yeah.
problem is on the
Anyone
wrong
on the
tyre
mediums is just
with the safety
absolutely-
car.
About a stinker.
Yeah, it's a shame. They said they're going to swap them back if Verstappen doesn't
Really?
make up
Is
position.
Max going to say yes to that?
Really? So what are they saying that? So I guess originally they were meant to swap. They swapped in the first place, right?
I think they swapped so that Verstappen could have a go at Alonso.
Yeah, because Verstappen's got.
And how many laps has he got to go at Alonso?
What, 4? Yeah. You could do it, but Alonso's like staying with Leclerc. It's not like an easy overtake. So
Leclerc's like, think about the championship. If it stays like this, i.e., let me pass.
what championship, lads? Honestly, sack it off.
Exactly. No one cares.
You're living in the
Finishing
past. We
P2
don't care about
drivers.
third, like or second. Like
That's it. That's the thing. Because good points for Ferrari. Better points for Mercedes.
What's he saying? What? As in, if I let me pass science and then I can go and attack
So that I
Hamilton?
will finish ahead of Perez
in the championship.
in the championship.
Is he on? Is he smoking budge? What's wrong with this guy? Why is he asked? I'm amazed. Charles, I'm amazed.
It's really not.
Oh
that
my
deep,
God.
is
Look,
it?
drivers,
it's
they're
not.
selfish creatures.
Yeah,
They've only got
Wow.
themselves.
He's just putting it out there.
Yeah,
just in case,
listen,
You know.
it's
You know what I'm saying? Let me finish P2 rather than P3. What?
1.2 seconds. Hamilton Russell still free to race.
Free to go. I just think George is just driving too well at this point.
It almost feels like there's going to be an engine problem with one of these two because if it's too clean for Russell,
It's literally though like one lockup or anything from George and it's on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is the pressure.
Mate, Angela's loving it, bro.
Loving it even more if Lewis gets within a second, because then we'll get a good scrap, which would be lovely. When was the last time we properly saw Mercedes teammates scrapping? There's been a few times with Bottas, but not really.
Yeah.
We kind of have to go
Not
back
since
to
like
the Hamilton
Rosberg, so we've had
days,
it
didn't we?
proper.
So Rosberg too.
Yeah, since there was beef, basically.
Yeah,
That's the last time, I reckon.
yeah.
But again, Russell's come into that team. I think, given it's his first season, he has made a lot of mistakes his second half of the year. Granted, I mean, after this first half of the season, all them top fives in a row, in a car that wasn't really that close to the Ferrari and the Red Bull.
Listen, I think there's other drivers who, if they were in Russell's position, would have been way worse off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Massively. Yeah.
They would have been terrible in that car, but he's done well to bloody keep it together this season.
Yeah, he's had a bit of like a rough few second half of the season, but if you think about the season as a whole, say like it was swapped around and he's having the first half of the season now, he's had a great year at the start, didn't he? So he has probably deserved the win as a whole more than Lewis maybe. If you look at the season, but
well, I think obviously Lewis at the start of the year he was the tester for the car. You know what I mean? They were throwing mad setups at the car to try and work it out. So I do think that accounted for some of that gap. But I think Lewis has been firmly on top for George for most of this second half of the season.
Since the summer break, Lewis has been on smoke, bro. Is this like his?
But Russell stepped up today.
Another second place again. He's had so many second places now.
One more to go after this.
I'll tell you what's important is the person waving the checkered flag. We've just seen Fittipaldi on screen. It needs to be a good wave.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting sick to death of these
that
repugnant
US
waves.
one.
Oh,
Tim
my
Cook,
God.
hang
That
your
was
head.
crazy. He was just like,
he was on drugs.
Yeah.
That's a man who was out of his eyeballs.
His elbow was locked.
it just doesn't have one.
You want
Just
like a
doesn't have
little
one.
when he holds on, there's this little
Yeah.
little bit of finesse on there.
Give me some
yeah,
finesse.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
even Stormzy sucked. Let's just keep it what it is. But I mean, give me something. I want a wave.
And the final lap begins.
And it is the last lap.
Not the final lap, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, how dare you say the final lap? The last lap. Don't forget to like this
Bro,
stream.
Lewis
and
has dropped
subscribe
off.
to the last
It's
lap
gotta be
YouTube
George
channel.
now.
Yeah,
Boom.
Lewis just said, look, you can have that, fam.
Come on.
Next year, I'm coming for you, though.
Yeah, that's it.
First ever win for George Russell. My missus is smiling right now.
Big up to George Russell. Man.
Aldas has just lost his head. 1.6.
That was him on the screen.
Oh, bless him.
First Grand Prix win. This is going to be for George. Love that. Please think about the championship.
Leclerc's pressing it again. He's like, please think about the championship every point.
He's put on that.
Shut up.
Bro,
Just do
I'm sorry,
better.
Charles, but no one cares about the Drivers' Championship P2.
Yeah, honestly, we
If
don't
it was
care.
a constructors,
Is there more P's? Is
benefit,
that why?
Fair, but
you think he gets more money, though, for P2 over P3? Seriously. It must be a selfish thing.
we believe it's too risky. Fair play, Alonso. He's held off Verstappen so far,
Yeah.
but
They're gonna
Verstappen is
swap
within a
back.
second.
Ooh.
In a second.
It's going to be a drag to the line,
Here
maybe,
we
but I
go.
still don't know if he'll have the space.
After
to
a
be honest.
Verstappen's
season-
not giving it back because he can be like, oh, I'm close to Alonso.
Yeah, exactly.
After a
there's no way.
season of
Oh, here we go.
heartbreak, Mercedes have done it, boys. They've got a 1-2. George Russell comes
GP
round.
asking.
As
Jeep.
predicted.
And he-
GP's asked Max to let him back through, and George Russell wins.
Fantastic.
The Brazilian Grand Prix.
22 Brazilian Grand Prix ahead of Lewis Hamilton and Carlos Sainz.
Wow.
Sensational. George Russell, first Grand Prix win. Mercedes
Max
1-2.
Doesn't
He didn't let
give
him through.
Checo the position.
He didn't let him through.
I mean, but we all knew that was gonna
Spicy.
happen.
Oh, no.
Like, of course, Max Verstappen is not going to let someone
George
go
is
through, like-
absolutely gassed. He can't believe it.
Oh, man.
I'm very happy for him.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm
That's
happy
great.
for him. Well done, Russell.
Fair play, George, mate.
Georgie
Well-
boy.
He's going to go get an iced latte to celebrate. What a man.
Shoulda, maybe coulda secure 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cruelly taken from him
Yeah.
outside of his control. But he wins today.
Wow. Epic. This is big. This is big. I mean, George winning his first race in Formula One, and I was here with you guys to witness it.
Thank you very much.
It was great. It was very great.
Unfortunately.
And we were here to witness two McLaren DNFs.
Oh! And two Alpine points finishes, isn't it?
Alonso held on to P5 as well.
Alpine back ahead of McLaren in the constructors then.
I'm happy for him.
As much as a Lewis win would have been ideal,
been nice,
George definitely earned that. He
Yeah.
didn't just like, it wasn't, and to be fair, recovery drive for Lewis still.
Yeah.
P2 from that.
course,
He
yeah.
But
was
George has
I think
been
12th at
faultless.
one point after that first collision with Verstappen.
Yeah,
so he had
he's
to work his way
had
back
a-
through.
Oh, yeah. Incredible. You've got to, in terms of it, I guess it depends where you sit with the whole Verstappen Hamilton incident because, like, for Lewis to recover in the way he did was incredible. But, yeah, I mean, George didn't put a foot wrong, did he?
Mate, George
No.
smashed that, George did. Well done, lad.
Mr.
Right.
Consistency, Mr. Saturday, Mr. Friday.
Oh,
Finally become Mr. Sunday.
Mr. Latte.
Mr. Latte.
Look, he's
George
They
taken-
always say he's from Kings Lynn on Sky
That's
for some
it.
reason. Don't
They
know
just
why
love
they do
it.
that.
Look, he's taken a lot of stick recently, George. But I think this performance, and there's been some. He's had a wobbly second half of the season, but I think
Hamilton driver of the day.
This
I'm not
is-
sure.
Yeah, but the comeback, I reckon that's why he's got it. Because he
It
went
was
from,
a
like,
mad comeback.
From 12th to 2nd.
It was a mad comeback with definite floor damage as well.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like,
And he was definitely, I guess, a little bit to fault with the collision, but again, it was probably a race.
Go
incident.
George though. I agree with everything you lot are saying. I'm going George. Though.
I hear it. I do hear
It's
it.
such a
I think
mature
George, yeah.
drive that it's unnoticed.
Yeah.
I think,
So
yeah, given
mature.
that context, I think if this wasn't George's first win and it wasn't his first season at the team, I would agree with Lewis driver of the day.
Yeah.
But I think with that context, I think
Yeah.
then that
Yeah,
gives
just
you-
maturity in that
If
sort
that
of
was
environment.
Verstappen instead of George, I would be like, whatever.
Yeah,
Verstappen-
yeah.
I mean, George is like
You
fully.
expect it,
There's
yeah.
no argument that George has done that on pace. Like he's had Lewis behind him on 2 safety car restarts. The
Yeah.
first one
Yeah.
he left, he made Lewis look silly, he just left him.
Yeah.
And on that one he got the second gap and held it, didn't he? So fair play, he
Got
can't knock him.
fastest lap as well, full house.
Did he?
Yeah.
Jeez,
Wow.
well done, man. Well done, George.
PR63 back again. That's it. Well done, George. Happy for you, man. Let's have a look at our predictions then. Let's see how.
It's not gone well.
See
Not
how that's
looking good,
lined
Brett.
up.
Let's
It's not looking good.
I got Lewis P2 right. I think we'll
I've
say.
won.
Did you say Lewis P2 and
Yeah.
Oh, Verstappen
I
to
said
win, didn't you?
Verstappen to win, so I didn't get that right.
See, I'm fuming they didn't end up switching around just for my predictions, to be honest with you, because I went Lewis obviously first.
I
And
don't think anyone
Georgie
got,
boy
oh,
second.
George, look at him. Happy
at
there
days.
we go. Oh,
We all
Wanna be-
lose.
it's a nice little. Yeah, no, we all lose. We're all losing.
No one's a winner today.
No one's a winner today.
Only
all
George
pathetic.
Russell's a winner.
That's it.
George Russell. well
Aiden
done,
getting
mate.
fourth right, Pete getting
And then
third
next
right.
week, when we go to Abu Dhabi, Lewis is going to get his win.
There you go.
I'm going to be there and I'm going to be throwing nails onto the track if I'm allegedly. I'm not actually going to do that.
You're gonna be like
Abu
one of
Dhabi,
those-
if you're watching, he's ain't doing that. He's
Well, I ain't
not-
got tickets, so I ain't
Someone
gonna
give him
worry
a
about that.
ticket, though.
Someone get me a ticket.
Yeah, how far
Anyone
can
get
you
me
throw?
in. Get me in.
because you're going to be a long way
Mercedes,
out
if
that
you
track.
need a man on the ground with nails.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you wanted to, you've just blown that chance now, mate.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Because no one's
Yeah.
going to want to be, oh, we invited the guy who threw nails on the track.
Apart from Mercedes, it's in their
Apart from,
interest.
I mean, unless that backfires.
Lewis Hamilton,
How good is
hires
your
new
throw?
editor.
You accidentally throw it in the way of Lewis, and then
Yeah, not a good throw, mate.
You end
no.
his race.
Not a sporty one.
you know what? No, this for me, the best thing about this is that you can't argue that the progression Mercedes have made from bottling it at the start of the season, being firmly on the back foot. They've now won a race on pace as well. I would say, like, yes, Max had his issues, but ultimately George, even if Max hadn't had that issue, I think George probably winning that, which is exciting for next year because a 3-team championship is what I want above all else.
Yeah.
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. It's exactly what you want. And you
We
just,
had that race today, basically. So that's a flavour of what's to come if Mercedes can fully bridge the gap and be there consistently next season.
Absolutely. How about outside of? Are there any other shouts for kind of driver of the day who stood out?
Alonso's had a good
Alonso's
race.
up there.
I think Alonso,
Yeah.
Alonso lucked out obviously with the final safety car,
True.
but I mean, you started 15th, I think it was in the
you-
end.
you played the
finished
hand you
fifth.
served,
Fuck
so-
it, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
Vettel
think
deserves a shout. I know he got mugged off by a final safety car, but he was doing really well today.
Yeah, that's
Who's sorry?
I was so unlucky.
Vettel.
that's tough for Vettel, isn't it?
so, Bottas as well was doing.
Yeah.
He was fifth for ages in that one.
For ages, yeah.
But it's good. How is Carlos Sainz's hair so good? Having worn a
Pristine.
helmet. For
I
like
know.
2.5
Him
hours,
and
man.
Mikel Arteta have got something in common. I'm pretty sure of it.
He must have like shampoo in his
The
helmet.
back
or
of my
something.
hair's like a peacock whenever I put a hat on for 2
at
minutes.
that.
Look at
George
the
is
scenes.
crying.
Look at the scenes.
Aw.
Bless him. Look at him.
Cheers, son's crying. But for good reasons this time.
Happy tears this time.
Yeah.
It's actually ridiculous. I forgot how ridiculous the first 4 laps
That
of
was
this
a
one were.
mad race.
Oh, it was a phenomenal
Yeah.
race.
Yeah, I feel like
Brilliant.
I'm going to go on Twitter after this and just going to be like clips of us screaming.
Yeah.
This has
By
been
us, I mean mainly me screaming, but still,
the best F1 weekend of the season.
Definitely.
gotta be.
Easy.
Qualifying quality, sprint race quality, race quality.
Yeah.
What do you think the sport has to do to make sure we get more sprint races like we did yesterday?
Better tracks.
Better tracks.
Yeah.
It's all
Is there
up
anything in the format like reverse grid or any or
I think
changing the qualifying?
reverse
or-
grid would be better race. Obviously, it'd be a lot more entertaining for sprints, but it's slightly might be too gimmicky, and the teams don't like it because there's more likely to be crashes, and it's just like, do you run the risk of them being too gimmicky and stuff? But I don't know. I think I'd love to see reverse grid, but I don't think they'd ever do it for that exact reason. I don't think the teams would agree to it.
Yeah.
If anything else.
Because that's what it is. The teams declined it, didn't they, when it was last sort of
Yeah.
proposed? Because it's not like a FIA decision. The teams were like, nah, we don't want to do that.
That's what I mean. Yeah, because I think especially with the sprint as it is, you're essentially just extending the race. So you're always giving less. There's less pressure on qualifying. I mean, look at K-Mag. Like he qualified P1 and he would have fell back anyway in the race.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
he
like,
certainly would have been taken out on lap 1 by Daniel Ricciardo.
yeah, you couldn't have called that. But that's the thing. It's like, is there some kind of... The only way I think the current sprint race works consistently, because there were a lot of incidents, people crashing into each other, blah, 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 is some change to like the Friday qualifying, in my opinion. Like one
I
shot.
don't know. I like qualifying the way it is. I think that they've actually got like a really good formula.
Qualifying.
Qualifying.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I like
they've
it, but I
stuck
think
it for a
with a
while.
sprint, I just think then it just makes the sprint. I think if there's some kind of qualifying that then mixes, but then I suppose again we saw Magnussen P1 and he still fell back to P8 by the end of the sprint. So
I
I
think
think the sprint should be shorter, maybe.
I think the
I think
sprints.
it should be shorter.
I think the sprints kind of work now because they're so irregular. If there's a dead one, it's like, oh, I hate the sprints, whatever, but it's done. And if there's a good one, you're like, oh, that's sick. But because you have it every week, there's no like
we're 6 next year,
stress
isn't
on
it?
it. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I think 6 is too many. I'm not going
6 might be too many. I like it to be like a little special one-off stuff. So even if they're just like, right, we do it at this track, it works at this track, doesn't work at this track.
Yeah.
I'm
then
not
you
even
sort
sure
of
there's 6 tracks
put
that
it in.
it works.
Yeah, I was going to say,
phenomenally with.
is there 6 tracks that this can work?
For me, I'd probably say like Brazil, obviously maybe
Monza?
Monza, but then
Monza.
you end up with back-to-back ones. No, sorry, it was because I was going to say Belgium.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe.
It's not a
Then
bad
it's
shout.
quite a long lap.
Where are they
Austria.
doing them next year?
Austria's good.
I don't know where they're doing them next.
Well, tell you,
They haven't
boys,
decided yet.
tell you, boys, let's continue this chat on the podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
It'd be a great
that's
little
shout.
subject to
Yeah.
dive into how we can. Because as much as this was a good sprint race, we've also had some
Quality.
dead ones.
Yeah.
So it's
There's
important,
some
I think,
dead
to look at the totality. But this is an example of how good it can be when everything falls into place. And well done,
Brilliant.
George Russell.
It's a brilliant race weekend. Without
Vibing.
a shadow of a doubt.
Vibing.
It's been phenomenal.
Right, boys. Well, thank you both for coming as well.
Thank you for having
Yes.
us.
for having me.
Shout yourselves out. Firstly, Aidan.
Oh,
What are you shouting out? What are you doing with your life?
if anyone who's watching this does any F1 stuff, you need an editor or videographer, at me at Mr. Aidan Rule. Also, I do my own videos at Mr. Aidan Rule on everything. They're not, well, they might. Are they any good? Tommo's in some of them.
I am.
Not by choice. He just happens. I sort of like hold him at gunpoint.
Yeah,
Does his
pretty
bit.
much.
But yeah,
You're annoying, but you're a very good edit, mate. I'll give you that.
thanks. Thanks.
That's all you're getting from me.
That's what he's getting. Yeah.
And Pete.
Pete as well.
Yeah, Peter on pole on YouTube, as well as McLaren Fan TV. You know what I'm saying? Big up Mahad. We're also on YouTube as well, and on Twitter at McLaren Fan TV. So keep it locked.
I'm excited to see you and Mahad break this weekend
God,
down.
yeah. Every
When are you going to
Tuesday.
talk about Tuesday?
So every Tuesday after a race weekend, 7 p.m. UK time. Oh, Mahad, I'm so sorry.
I think you're going to have to
gonna be tough.
You might have to dress in all black for that one, I think. 'Cause
All black.
McLaren
everything.
Funeral, great. That's a great title.
McLaren Funeral. There it is.
I didn't recommend that, by the way, just in case anyone.
Don't-
Oh, good. Shall we wrap it now?
oh yeah, right.
Yes, yeah. Let's do it. Let's wrap this up and then get into the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to the Last Lap show live from the Brazilian Grand Prix. Next time out will be at Abu Dhabi, of course, for the last lap. Unbelievable. Can't believe it. The last Grand Prix of the
Got so
season.
quickly, mate.
It has, hasn't it?
been a
It's
great
gone-
first
Yeah,
year, innit?
literally. From the summer break to here, it's gone in a flash.
24 races next
It's
year.
been in great company.
What?
Don't lie. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, I was
24
I was
next year.
talking
Oh, you did stop it.
But yeah. once
But yes,
again,
like the stream, subscribe to the channel, hit up all these guys, hit me up as well on Twitter and tell me how much you hate my opinions, because that's always fun. And well done, George Russell, for winning your first ever Formula One Grand Prix. It was a long time coming.
It was.
You got there in the end.
Indeed.
Cheers, everyone, and we'll see you for Abu Dhabi next weekend.
Indeed so.
Been a pleasure. Ciao, adios, we're done.
Cheese.